The ANZ CSGO Invitational is presented by Carl's Jr., home of great American burgers.
And it's not often they check it. Inz is able to peek out. He's going to get annihilated by Erg. And he's already... so maybe it's two, but no, it'll be Iron going down early. He will be able to drop one cell. He drops Sat as well. 1 point can now come from...
Good evening and welcome back to the Let's Play Live CSGO ANZ Invitational, brought to you by Carl's Jr. My name is, of course, SKYCITY, and joining me is my partner in crime, Thomas Richmond. Tom, how are you this week?
I'm feeling good. Ready for some awesome CS games tonight. Should be great.
Well, it is week number 3, and if it is your first week tuning in, let's have a little look at how the tournament structure works and what these teams are going to be playing for over the course of the tournament. 6 teams duking it out in a round of robin. Each team will play each other once. The team that finishes at the top of the table will go straight through to the grand final. Teams who place 2nd and 3rd will be duking it out in the semi-final to play the champion in the grand final in week number 7. And what are these guys playing for, you ask? Well, it is indeed going to be the prize pool of $10,000. First place will be taking home $5,000, second will be $3,000, and third place with $2,000 right there. And we do have something for you at home that you can win also, thanks to our friends at Carl's Jr. So if a player picks up an ace, free chips and a drink. If a player picks up a knife on an opposing player, that's going to be free fries for you. And if someone does the unthinkable, picks themselves up a 16-0 win, that's free cheeseburgers across New Zealand for everyone at home. How are you feeling about that, Tom?
Feeling confident for a cheeseburger tonight, to be honest with you.
Well, you know, prior to us going live, what did you have for dinner?
I had myself a classic Carl, actually, and a donut, and it was awesome. It
was awesome. I had the Western myself. That was pretty tops. Abundance of sauce. Big fan. Big fan.
Never have enough sauce.
Well, this is obviously week number 3, but let's have a look at the games from week number 2 just to catch you up, just to see how those ones played out. So we obviously saw in the first matchup, Legacy taking on Chiefs. Chiefs managed to take that one out 16-10. Next up, we had Breakaway. Again, very stellar performance from Breakaway, but the big dogs, Tainted Minds, took them out 16-13. And the final game of the evening, the Silver Dogs, Greyhound Gaming, took out Ground Zero 16-5 in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, no, Greyhound definitely probably played the best, I would say, last week. They really showed what they're made of.
Definitely a few sort of standout moments last week as well. We saw, obviously, the first prizes be activated for Carl's Jr. Nice little collateral here from Blitz on Nuke. What a shot this was.
Yeah, Blitz has been performing really well in both weeks so far, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight.
And yeah, so obviously we had the first prizes last week get activated. This one here from the Greyhound Ground Zero game. We did see Dexter pick himself up a 4K here, so do pay attention to the kill feed up in the top right-hand corner where Dexter just absolutely anchors down this site.
Yeah, no, Dexter definitely, he played well last week as well, I think. It's very valuable for that team.
Yeah, if your Nick is there, you're not going to be... your Nick is actually going to be featuring on a couple of these highlights here.
Yeah, a couple of few bullets last week.
Let's see, it's going to be Gyra's ace that he picked up, picking everyone at home up a free fries and a drink. Obviously on Inferno here, playing against Tainted Minds. Real big play coming out from Gyra. First ace of the tournament, I believe.
Yeah, no, the fans will definitely be happy with that one.
And another one here from Nick's point of view. You're going to see Malta in a moment just come charging through, flashbang by one of the teammates on the Greyhound side, and he feels the wrath of Malta's knife there. So yeah, the standings after week number 2. Chiefs and Tainted Minds sitting pretty up on the top of the table there. Greyhound and Legacy, middle of the pack, looking to climb their way up. And Breakaway and Ground Zero still yet to pick themselves up a win, Tom.
Yeah, no, Breakaway and Ground Zero will be... We're really wanting to get on the scoreboard this week with a win, to be honest. If they lose another game, I'd find it really hard to make the top 3.
Well, let's have a look at who will be playing who this evening, trying to get themselves some points on the board. It's going to be Breakaway taking on Legacy first up. After that will be Chiefs taking on Greyhound Gaming. And Tainted Minds, to finish us off, will be battling it out against Ground Zero. So Breakaway, obviously, have had themselves... you know, a tough few losses in the first 2 weeks, Tom, but tonight playing Legacy, how do you think that's going to work out for them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they can take a lot of confidence from those 2 losses still. They actually played very well, and they're coming up against a team which I feel like they'll go into the game feeling that they have a chance to win it. So, yeah, they should definitely be confident about that one.
And out of those games, what's sort of your, I guess, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the Breakaway boys. The first few weeks, they've shown us a bit of promise, but they haven't really pushed on to the end. So, just like to see how they can do today.
No, I can definitely attest to that. Breakaway obviously must win for them this evening. And again, for Legacy as well, you know, if they want to get themselves up into a comfortable spot, really need to pick themselves up a win there. But I'm really looking forward to the Chiefs game. Tonight, Chiefs will be filling in with their B team. They do have the main squad over in China. So it'll be very interesting to see if they can pick Chiefs obviously up another win and keep them up the top of the table.
Yeah, I think they'll be quite hard, but...
But of course, match number 1, Breakaway Esports.
The boys.
Very excited about this. Legacy obviously have been showing a lot of improvement from Season 1. Definitely a team to be reckoned with here. Talk to us a bit about this matchup, Tom.
Yeah, no, Legacy's definitely on the up. I think, as I mentioned before, Blitz, obviously I wouldn't talk too much about him, but I think all-rounded they're a very good team. They bring a lot to the table. If you watch all their games, they never really get crushed, you know. They always bring a lot to the game, and they never really let people down, so they're a good team to watch.
Now let's just have a look at the players. Starting to get a bit getting a bit familiar with them now. Llamas, Andy, Noisia, Gyra, and Hazza. And now Llama's a player you sort of talked about last week. Had a stellar performance, someone to keep an eye on there. Anyone else you sort of want to touch on?
I'd like to see Andy, YDNA, maybe have a better week this week. I think he's been a bit lackluster these first few weeks, maybe not picking up enough kills with that sniper rifle. So I'd like to see a big game from him.
Well, let's have a look at the Legacy squad here. A few strong performances coming out from the boys here. Stats, Soju, Blitz, Lonsdale, and LaCour. Soju, you know, a big favourite player of mine. Really looking to see him turn up this evening.
Yeah, no, for sure. I always go back to the old Soju Lonsdale combination, as they're both Kiwi players, you know, and you gotta respect that Kiwi brotherhood. So I always like to talk about those 2 boys, but I think they're all very good players. I mean, you could talk about all of them there. LaCour's the newest member to the team, so maybe be good to see what he can bring to the table tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to really depend on, I guess, strategy at the end of the day here, who comes out better, who's feeling themselves this evening. But let's have a look at our player matchup this evening. And of course, it is going to be Gyra up against Blitz. Now, Gyra earning himself this spot easily from picking up the ace last week on Inferno, very important.
You can't go past the ace. He definitely deserves an MVP. I'm sure the people at home would definitely be calling him the MVP as well, so that's well deserved.
He is the people's champ right now.
Yes, he most definitely is. But there's Blitz there as well. I think he's probably been one of the standout players for the first 2 weeks there. I think he dropped 30 kills last week, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, Blitz is a beast. He's big with that sniper rifle, and he just goes to town, really. Yeah,
he's definitely showing why he's one of the more standout AWPers in the competition. But here's Gyra showing a bit of work on the AWP from last week on Inferno. So he did have quite a performance on Inferno, old Gyra.
Yeah, no, Gyra played massive last week. I think this is the ace round here where he just obliterates the whole team. But I think he's actually the leader for the team as well. So he's not just trying to frag as well. He's actually calling a lot of the shots and stuff like that. So it's very impressive.
And now flicking it over to the side of Legacy, Blitz, I believe this is from week number 1 when they played Ground Zero. And it's something I talk about a lot, obviously, Blitz's, you know, ability to be an aggressive AWPer, never really backed down from those fights, as you mentioned here. And yeah, there's just Nick. It always seems to be Nick Hez in all of these highlights.
Yeah, no,
it's just
it's a feels
Nick Hez.
bad moment for Nick Hez. He's having a rough time at the moment. I'm sure he can bounce back though.
Well, Nick Hez, if you are watching, I'm going to be paying special attention this evening to keep an eye on that. But speaking of special lads, we do have our casters, Nutters and Wayfarers, standing by, ready to get into the game. Lads, how are we?
Oh, cheers, Dallas. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good, aren't we, Chris?
I'm feeling great. Good game, the first matchup. Legacy versus Breakaway. I'm looking forward to it.
My favourite thing about this matchup has to be the fact that we've actually got a lot of old funky monkeys on the same team. But I suppose, as we always do in this one, we know that we've got Mirage coming up. What is your thoughts on this one, Dallas? Do you have a prediction for us?
Well, I mean, it's a Mirage, so it's a map we very rarely see in the ANZ scene. So anything could really happen today. But I mean, if I'm going to go with this one, I think Breakaway are really, really hungry for a win. I think this is the game that Breakaway could win, and if it's up to me, I'm going to have to go with Breakaway for this game. Yeah. Tom, how are you feeling?
I really want to go with Breakaway, but I just feel like Legacy, they lost to Chiefs in round 1, right? So they can't really afford another loss to like a 3rd or 4th ranked team, you know? So I feel like they know they
have you got
really
one wrong?
need to win
Have you
this
got one
game,
wrong
so
yet?
I'm going for Legacy.
Have you got one wrong yet, Blake?
I'm 6 out of 6.
6 out of 6? What? I'm 1 behind, mate. I'm going to get you.
Lads, who do you have? Who do you have?
I suppose let's go on to those. I think this is going to be Breakaway.
Yeah.
You know, Dallas said that they are hungry.
Yeah.
I'm not hungry after the Carl's Jr. that we had earlier. I had a nice classic Carl as well. It was absolutely beautiful. But my biggest thing is that, you know, are you going to take Legacy now? Are you going to go against me on this?
No, I'm going with Breakaway. Well, I know. I mean, I'm excited to see Breakaway. I think they did really well last time on Mirage, and I think I think this is a turning point for them. I think this is their benchmark squad. If they're going to do it, this is the team that they want to do it against.
Absolutely. So we've seen that Gyra and Noisia both going for a little bit of utility here. It's going to be a couple of smokes over onto the A site. I'm not too sure exactly what's happening at the moment.
Back to the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching the game. Either way, Blitz has actually picked up that first frag. Nice little bit of work there. Llamas has already pushed in towards CT. Flash will come over. Don't think he's actually caught the player popping back into CT. The bomb plant will come through. A little bit of damage happening off there. These players obviously very familiar with Lacour as he was on their lineup just prior to this season starting. Soju's going to get his head ripped, but Lacour gets that frag right back. Gyra, he's holding for that flank, but there's not a single player coming from there. Noisia falls to Lonsdale, and this could be it. Shots coming through. It leaves Gyra in the 1 versus 4. There is a player on the bomb. If he can just peek out and get that headshot, he will drop Blitz. He will drop Step.
No,
he gets the 4.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so close, and he almost starts us off with an ace already.
It starts us off. If it was only for Llamas and CT Spawn getting the first frag of the game for the T side, that was massive from Gyra. A split second faster, and he would have got that. I mean, exciting first round of the match. I think this is what we're going to see for the rest of the game. It's going to be back and forth. We're going to see these epic rounds where individuals have to step up. Wow. Wow. And Gyra on the AK after the 4 kill in the bomb plant, it looks like they're opting for a bit of a buy here to be able to try to get on the board.
If they get a successful force out of this stat, we'll put that nade up early, and oh, Llamas, he is absolutely chunked down to 9 points of health. Not a single bit of armor. But Noisia with the P250 is going to pick up that first frag onto Soju. Nice bit of work there. Andy, he's going to be peeking around. He's going to be looking for something with his Glock. But Gyra, why are you sending the AK in first? Send him in and send in the pistols as a bait.
No, you don't want to lose players because these other players, he's advancing through the map. They can pick up the AK if he dies. He's facing these duels, and he can win these duels because he's up against the SMGs. I actually quite like the AK leading.
At the same time, you'd almost wonder, maybe, see, they're going to know that Andy's that. No, I don't actually think anyone was watching that, but this is nothing. Andy, he's got nothing behind this, so he's got no armor. This gun, essentially, it kind of has to go over towards Noisia if they can get it there. He's a man with the armor, doesn't have a helmet, but there is the 2 M4s up, so that single sort of headshot potential. Lacour, it doesn't matter what happens to him. Stat will drop Andy. Bomb plant will come through again, so this essentially guarantees Breakaway a buy into the next round once more, whether they want to force it.
But this is really interesting to see if the T-side players can pick up on Lacour coming through balcony here. This is going to have to be a very careful round if they're going to be able to win this, but time is ticking.
I'm hoping that Haz is going to hit a mad shot here. It'd be nice. He's going to push through the smoke. Lonsdale will drop him. Lacour takes out Noisia. Plenty of time to get on the bomb. There isn't a kit, but they've got that time. So Legacy will take it to 2-0. Gyra is going to have just enough money. We might actually see the AWP purchased for Andy. He's going to have 6.5 grand.
Well, it was a quick cleanup from the Legacy Esports team there. I think the bomb came too late. Andy was a little bit unlucky to get picked off with the AK. I guess he was still looking for that duel. If that bomb had gone down, he probably would have had patience to go into an after-plant scenario. It's just little mistakes like that that have cost Breakaway in previous weeks. So they get a full buy this round with the AWP on both teams. It'll be interesting to see how they pair up and who comes out on top.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen to see how this goes. Like you say, Gyra, he's down on that Galil. Lacour has upgraded to the AK, and the thing is we've got all rifles out here, so there shouldn't be any real mismatches, barring sort of Gyra if he's trying to entry on that Galil.
Both squads opting for quite a default sort of setup. No aggressive plays here. They're all looking for information. They're looking to fall back into a defensive setup. Little bit of pressure through the wall bang spot there, which fires into kitchen. But now the T-side players are advancing underpass, but Blitz is ready for it.
I have to say, this is going to be good. This will be straight in there. Lacour's picked up one. Blitz has picked up a double for himself. And immediately, that 5-on-2 advantage. They're expecting at least one of these players to be playing around A. The bomb's been dropped at top mid. Nobody's really too focused on that. Soju is going to get tagged down a slight amount as Noisia attempts to push out A main. But that's it. Legacy, they can just hold the sites. They've already boosted that player up onto the ninja box, so they've really got nothing to lose here.
It's quite a disappointing round. They had a full buy. The AWP hasn't even come into play. Blitz was able to just advance through mid with no pressure, looking up mid. He did have his teammates covering him. But that sort of freedom and space on mid is what actually cost Breakaway last time on T side on Mirage. They were not taking mid control. They were scared of it. And he's got to get in there. He's got to be the Bravo man. He's got to take Blitz on. They got to step it up. It's going to be a massive flaw. We know that the CT side is quite strong. I think for Breakaway to be able to win this game, they have to step it up with mid control. I
think my favourite thing here is that when we've got the two AWPs out, it's Blitz versus Andy. Now, I don't know if you remember back in the days of the Funky Monkeys, but Blitz, Andy, and Stat, so 3 of the players that we've got in this game were all on that Funky Monkeys lineup. And that was actually a very strong lineup. They were pushing that top 4 sort of week in, week out. The odd result here and there, as we do see LaCourt drop Noisia. But when they're both on the AWP, I'm keen to see how it really goes. We'll be seeing the one player pushing up in to connector. Blitz has managed to burn Hazard alive. Nice little bit there. And, well, it's just going to be a slow round here for Breakaway. Andy will fall at the hands of Soju. Gyra and Llamas make it just Gyra. Stat will drop him. And if Lonsdale actually gets his final frag, it'll be a single frag for each person on the Legacy side. Sadly, Hazard yet to pick up a single kill.
No, this is not a great start for Breakaway. I mean, they're on edge right now. I mean, they need something that's going to lift their confidence and get into the game. It's a little bit sloppy. They're going to get lucky with that Tech 9. We haven't seen the Tech 9 too much recently, and LaCour's on the crossfire, able to clean him up. But again, yeah, Breakaway. What do we need to see them step up? When they're coming underpass, they need to have somebody aggressing on top mid. Maybe they need to dedicate 4 players. We need to see more smokes, cutting off connector, advancing and progressing into that short mid-control catwalk. At the moment, it's just too easy for Legacy to just dominate.
All right, so at this point, we do see Andy come right back out on that AWP. Basically no utility, no head armor in behind it. There is the 2 AKs on the side of Legacy, but Andy, he's just going to sit in there. He's just going to get burnt ever so slightly to a crisp. He is taken down to 75. Smoke will go out. A lot of early utility. That's Lonsdale dry now. So any push out onto this B site will have to be supplemented by Blitz and that AWP sitting currently in market. My biggest concern is that we now see Breakaway looking for that sort of mid-control. They've got 2 players already in, 1 player looking to push unders, 1 player also getting into top mid. So you got that 4 men. Like you said, you want to see them dedicating 4, but there is still only that 1 guy coming unders. It doesn't matter though. Legacy have got all the angles covered. 1 Molotov will come, but that'll cover off the push into connector. To be fair, if Lonsdale wanted to be cheeky, he could get the information, but seeing as it is a 5-on-5, there's no real reason for him to risk it at the moment.
Yeah, well, the CTs have definitely opted to just give mid this round, which is a good variety play. It's mixing things up, and it's not giving Breakaway the opportunity to come into this game with a pick. But with mid control, at least it allows them to decide where they're going to split a bomb site. They can get players close to B, they can get players close to A, and then they can execute using that connector or catwalk to get onto the site fast. It's those crossfires when you're entering onto a site that are going to assist your teammates in trading kills.
So my favourite thing here is that Gyro actually pushed into ladder room, and so instead of sending anyone up towards A, they've pushed Gyro into ladder room. But these CTs, they're already on the rotate. They're calling this so early. That's it. Gyro dropped by Lonsdale. Blitz picks up 1. He's looking for a few more. It will be Noisia dropping Lonsdale in return. Andy's looking with the AWP, but Blitz will annihilate Hazard, keeping him at 0. Not Andy gets 1. He's got to go on the hunt here. He drops Blitz as well.
6 seconds on the
down
clock.
in the 1 versus 2. Can he do anything here? He's just going to run. He's going to save the AWP behind the pillar. Hopefully he can hold on. He will just be able to survive. But that was yet again a poor round from Breakaway.
Well, that was also a beautiful read from Legacy Esports. So at the start of the round, we saw Lonsdale use all of the utility early on the B halls, and he was the only player defending that B side at that time. They anchored 3 guys on the A side. They're in an A defensive. They were holding out. They were thinking, okay, these guys, they might be coming in with an A execute. We haven't seen that yet from them. So they were ready for that play. And then what they did, they rotated to the B site, and they braced themselves for the B execute. And they had 3 guys on the B site ready to take it on. And an entry kill with Lonsdale on Cat Short, like that just set up the round. It was beautiful work from Legacy. I mean, they've got a total game read on Breakaway. And at the moment, we're in a match pause, and obviously Breakaway is trying to come up with a tactic that's going to work against Legacy.
Yeah. I suppose the key thing here for these boys is, like, Andy, he saved that AWP through. They're going to know that. That's not a massive issue. Whether they know the exact buy that's coming in behind that, given the amount of utility that did come out from Breakaway, all the weapons sort of flowing through, but the 5-round loss bonus, I mean, you know, a good IGL, he's going to know exactly what Breakaway have gone for. But whether they would have opted for any more utility, possibly, and maybe drop one of those weapons down to an SMG, as Llamas will pick up stat. Gyra comes on through, trades out Lacour, and for once we see Breakaway with that man advantage. That flash will come through. Lonsdale drops one. He's going to get annihilated. I think that's actually Hazard's first kill on the board. Noisia, the lurking roll. He's already coming from the A site. Both players rotating through, one into mid, one that is Blitz with the AWP through market. The bomb hasn't even made its way out of apartments, though. Noisia's going to find out this A site is empty, but Soju absolutely annihilates Hazard, brings it to that 2-on-2. It is an AWP and an M4 up against the AWP and the AK, but Noisia now, he has to hold this site. Soju's pushing top mid, and I think the biggest thing is, when you know that Noisia is the lurker, you have zero idea where this man is at any time.
And to be honest, in this matchup, I thought Noisia would be the player for Breakaway to step up tonight. We saw him go large against this squad last season, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go big sometime during this game. He has not been a huge presence throughout this series in the LPL Pro League. Oh, Andy, come on, you got to make that shot, mate. You got to boost up that consistency. But here we see Noisia.
This is positive though for Noisia, isn't it? I mean, you look, everything's going towards A main. The bomb, it is planted, but that'll do. That should hopefully cover him off. There is going to be a player trying to push onto it. Blitz just holding the angle. Noisia should be able to clean this up. No, the smoke is down. Through the smoke, and oh, Soju! My lord, Noisia will be so disappointed in that one. But that was perfect. Legacy, they held onto the smoke.
Nah, it was beautiful utility. Soju with the play to counter the molly at that moment. And he just went for it. He went for the defuse. It was a smart move, and they have a 6-0 lead. Breakaway had to get into this game quick.
I have to say, Soju is a very kawaii potato right now.
I was really disappointed with Andy missing that AWP shot. That was the kill that was to set up that round.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much that he missed the AWP shot. He just gave a bit too much of his body away, and it was taken advantage of. And the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of your body.
Oh, going out dried. 2 kills for Blitz. Is he to get the ace?
He's looking for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but may have just missed that flash. But Lacour has picked up the frag onto Llamas. Soju is going to peek out. He's going to put that smoke down, and already Noisia and Andy, they're almost backing away. Stat's going to peek top stairs. No, I don't think you can actually see over that smoke, otherwise he would have definitely spotted out Noisia's head. Blitz looking like he's going to peek this with the AWP. Keen to see where this one goes. Noisia peeks up, he spots Blitz, and he actually outdoes the AWP there. This could force Soju into a push, but the flash comes through. Perfect teamwork. And now we see Andy. 1 versus 4. He does pick up Lacour. The problem is that bomb is all the way back in A main. He's already made his noise towards connector. All eyes will be trained on him. Soju just behind the box. He's going to peek around the corner. Soju will clean it up. A nice little double from him. Good. It's just amazing to see Blitz on the AWP as well. He is going off. We put him as the player highlight, and look what he's doing for us.
Yeah, 10 frags already. He's making a massive impact for the CT side, and that's what you need to be able to see from your AWP player, getting that first frag. The one round that Breakaway have come close, where they've only had 1 round where they've managed to come out with the first kill, and that was Llamas when they got B short. 1-1-1 is the positions that those T-sided players were. They got control of CT spawn, but they were all isolated. They weren't working together, and the first player to go down that round was Hazard. I think the coordination between these players on the T-side of Breakaway, I think they need to start thinking logically about the space that they're in, and yeah, they need to turn it up quickly and work as a team. But here we see them coming out of fast A, and they're going to get the free site what the CT players have given them.
Oh, Blitz. I think that was just perfectly through the smoke. Might have been a slight gap, but we'll see Llamas get a frag in return. Lacour, he's hard on the flank. And I do believe Gyro will be watching for this. The bomb has been planted, but the problem is Lacour, he's got the M4. He's got a deagle. He's holding towards that CT. Him and Noisia just line up. If a single player pushes here, it could be all over. Lacour will drop Gyro. All three players here sitting right in CT. One flash could catch all three of them out here. It will be one flash. It'll be a couple of bullets. Hazard picks up one, picks up two. Stat has dropped Noisia. Blitz, he's going hard. He's looking for it, but he will come out with the USP. Rip off Hazard's head. Lacour is straight on the bomb. He's got the kit. Not an issue. Legacy will take this out to an 8-0. And the one thing I have to mention here is Carl's Jr. will give us all in New Zealand a free cheeseburger if Legacy just get the next 8 rounds flawlessly.
Yeah. Oh, we're still a long way away from that being achieved, but I mean, we can only hope, right? I mean, Blitz is on fire right now. 13 kills. He's beasting it.
I mean, look, you can say that we're far away, but statistically and technically, Legacy have won 100% of the rounds. So if you just assume that with a pattern, they're just going to keep winning 100% of the rounds.
You're hungry, aren't you?
Oh, mate, I would love a cheeseburger tomorrow. I've got a long day ahead of me. But Lonsdale, he will start up on Gyro. That's another AK going down. Lamas has got that frag in return, but Lacour is just going to push top mid again. Oh! Shoots towards the wrong area. Lamas will not eat the nade at all. And it is down to that 4 versus 4. A couple of players pretty heavy tagged, still trying to push up into top mid, but Lacour gets another one. Hazard does get that trade. It's good to see that he's starting to get a few frags in here. It's just a shame that they all seem to be on a losing cause.
Well, I think all his frags have actually been late round frags when none of his teammates are actually alive. I'd like to see him get the first kill of a round. I think it would help Breakaway immensely. Getting the first kill with an AWP, it's what you need from your AWP player.
I just want to point out that Blitz is on the flank. The men with the AWP. It's not often, I'd expect maybe Stat or Soju to be on that flank, but here comes Blitz. He's got the P250 out. He's ready for this. The bomb plant won't be going down just yet. That is stuck over by Stairs. Stat, he wants to find something with Blitz from behind. Picks up one. Hazard's gonna fall, and now Noisia, they know where he's coming from. Stat cleans it up with a beautiful little double. Blitz, as I said, the man with the AWP, he comes from behind. He's got so much time and they're so unaware. He still gets the kill with the AWP.
14 kills in 9 rounds. This guy is a machine. He's playing mean as right now, and I can't see him stopping. You get this sort of momentum against a team like Breakaway, and you go on with it. It's very rarely do you actually stop. Your confidence is up, you're getting free reign of the map, you can go wherever you like, there's no pressure with the utility. And here we see missed flashes and smokes on this mid-take. It's definitely going to be a struggle from here on out.
I suppose my next question is, do you think that this is just going to be do you think he's looking for a 16-round blitz?
A 16-round blitz. We could be in for a 16-round blitz.
That would be absolutely beautiful. 16 rounds. 40-odd kills, maybe.
How great was it last week with that ace kill from Gyro? Getting the drink and fries. How good was that the following day? I mean,
look, I want to say it was amazing, and it was amazing to put in my mouth. I'm just sad that they lost yet again, and look where we're at the moment. Usually they're ahead and coming from behind, and you know they lose it by the team coming from behind. So maybe this will be a change around. However, it doesn't look like it with Stat picking up that first kill once again.
Noisia's feeling out this lurk, but Soju is on lockdown right now. There's no reason for them to move.
Oh, no reason to move, but Noisia, he picks up two, Soju and Blitz. And I feel my cheeseburger slipping away, but no, the bomb is still over towards those B apartments, and knowing the Breakaway boys, I wouldn't put it past them to blow it from here. I don't really want to say it, but Lacour and Lonsdale, both these players have come in clutch in the last sort of few rounds.
Well, it's quite interesting how Legacy are playing this. They're not rushing. They're waiting for the T-side players to make the move first because they don't want to be caught out by the lurk. But not only that, they know that Noisia's the lurk player. So they understand that the team probably has to cross back. And Lamas, he was lucky there. AK versus M4. I mean, AK's first bullet headshot, M4, you got to collect 2. Lonsdale with another frag, but on a 1v3, I can't see him pulling this out.
I can't see him pulling it out either, but you know what we like to see? People pulling it out. It is very unlikely. I think he's just going to call for that save anyway. He's not even looking towards a bomb site. He just wants to hold on to his M4. Surprisingly, the Legacy money is not that amazing. Breakaway have been picking up a lot of frags. You look at Lonsdale, he's down on that sort of $850. You look at the rest of the players, well, it is a little bit higher. It is worthwhile him just keeping a hold of those weapons. He needs to get that utility, and given that it is going to be a first round loss bonus and my cheeseburger loss bonus, I think
Breakaway are on the board. Breakaway are on the board. It wasn't in convincing fashion. I mean, it totally came off 2 great frags from Noisia. I mean, we want to see more of that, but I'm still looking at Andy. All his kills have been last man standing kills. He's practically on 0 frags. You want that AWP to be in the game, getting that first kill. Either his teammates aren't doing a good enough job of setting him up in a position to be able to make that shot, or he's just hiding. He's just lacking confidence.
Oh! He almost got the first frag.
Yeah, he did.
He will drop Gyro to half health.
I bet if we played together in a matchmaking, you'd TK me, eh?
Nah, only because it'd get me kicked pretty quickly. Either way, maybe on Face It, yeah. In any case, Soju has picked up that first frag onto Noisia. That is that Lurk player already gone. They've got a lot less worries now, with Soju actually going on the flank himself. Blitz is still going to be holding around that mid-window area. He's looking for whatever he can get, but his head... Oh. Blitz will take out Gyro. The trade comes in, but it's already a bit too little too late. It is a 1 for 2 at this point. They've already pushed a player up into apartments, so it doesn't really matter which way Breakaway go. There is a person essentially ready to annihilate them no matter where they push.
Yeah, this is the in-game leader on B Halls, that's Lonsdale. And with that information that he's able to gather, he's able to communicate to his teammates and put them in positions where they'll be able to set up to win the round. It's quite interesting that T-side players are actually opting to go up catwalk towards B short. Now, I wonder if they're going to be able to rotate or get a read on this. 38 seconds on the clock.
Please, Andy, don't shoot him as well. Either way, though, I mean, look, you got the player in market who isn't entirely focused towards the side, but Lonsdale in apartments, he'll pick up one. Llamas gets that frag back, but Lacour cleaning up the show. He's dropped Llamas. There's 20 seconds to work with Andy. He just has no idea what to do. He's going to tap the bomb. Fakes the plant. They'll know that it's not going down. This time, he almost has to stick it, but he will peek again. He drops stat.
Frag.
Now he needs to get this bomb down. He's got no time. He taps it this time. He's looking around. Lacour will clean him up. Soju sitting in apartments as well. He's just ready for it. He knows that Andy, he's got no time. He either puts the bomb down, he can peek, or he just waits for Lacour to try and get some damage off and then just get that frag, especially given that he was only on about 18 points of health.
Well, I mean, the positions that the T-side players were on, with 27 seconds advancing onto the B site, they were not thinking about the locations of the CT players. They did not think of B halls at all. And Lonsdale got a free kill shooting a guy on the side of the head. It's really, I mean, you still had 27 seconds. You could still slow play onto the bomb site, not give away any information. Going straight up the middle, you've got a 360 to be able to make a headshot. You want your ass up against the wall.
Yes, but will be a lot of damage coming out onto the A site. Stat picks up one, Lacour drops Llamas, leaving 2 AKs up. The Deagle in the hands of Hazard. He's actually done better, sadly, with the Deagle than he has with rifles. And I hate to say it, but he's just got to keep picking it up. Hazard will fall to the hands of Stat. Another $600 in that man's pocket. He's going to look to pick up these AKs, but they've already backed away out of A main, back towards that T-spawn. It will be, I believe, Andy trying to peek it again. He's going to get caught out by Blitz, and Gyro left in a 1 versus 5. There's very little hope for him, but you know what? This man got us some free fries and drink last week.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm still on his side. 1v5 without the bomb. Does he realize he doesn't have the bomb at the moment? What's he trying to do? Gun save?
At the same time, though, 10-1 up. Blitz. Sorry.
CT side of map. Just for everybody at home, just understand. CT side of map.
My biggest thing is, at this point in time, we saw Malta go for an attempt at a knife. You know, with the it was given it the final round of the half on cash, but it does look as if Gyro is saving. He's got a long time to hold on here. I do believe the CTs will probably go hunting just a little bit.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, now's the perfect time to go for the knife.
Did you see those a couple of tweets last week from some of the mothers who from some of these gamers in this game tweeting out the photos of going into Carl's Jr. and getting those fries and drinks?
I think I saw something from Sterling's mum. I think I saw something from Greatest Faction's mum.
Yep.
It's good to see the mums getting involved in esports as well.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah. It really, being able to talk about it with your folks and family and stuff like that, being open about your passion for games and and how it takes people places, and being able to reward the families that support them as well with giving them prizes from Carl's Jr. is really cool. I like it.
You're living in this house rent-free. How are you going to pay me back? Would you like free fries and a drink? Boom. Gyro's gone and got it hard. Either way, Breakaway, they are 11-1 down. It's shocking to see, but Gyro, he's got the AK. If there's a man you want to have it, I kind of want to say you want it to be him, but during this game, you can't really single out a single player you want to have that rifle right now. It's I'm not saying it's hard to watch, but it is hard to comprehend.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, $50 in the bank. I mean, this AK is the only thing that's between him and his economy. He's got to get a frag. That's $300. Let's keep it up, mate. You got to get more than that, though.
Yeah, nice little bit of work initially. So as the key now is finding a little bit more, maybe even just getting one of his teammates onto that weapon. The problem with that is that they kind of need a little bit of utility to get someone into connector. The flash will come up. Haz is looking to push it, but it kind of gives away their position. They might have the idea that he's getting the weapon. He does get his hands on the AK, so you've now got 2 AKs on that breakaway side, but no armor behind anything else. LaCour has been hiding in ladder room from the start of the round. He'll drop Nausea. It is only, I believe, a PD50 down, so it's not a massive issue, but Gyro now has to go looking for LaCour, try and prevent him getting any more frags. Carefully come down the ladder, and Gyro will find him. He has, however, been dropped down to 8 points of health. It looks like a B push will come through.
Gyro.
No!
Gyro! Gyro!
Nope. Look at Soju.
Oh, no way!
Look what he's found. Haz is going to come for the bomb. Goodbye. And good night. Blitz will drop Andy. He's going to get flanked pretty quickly, though, but he's aware of it. Oh! The awareness of this man. He's peeking around, but it doesn't matter. Soju still has the bomb, and 10 seconds to go. This man has won them the round single-handedly.
Mistakes made. I mean, you've got 1 AK on your squad and you've got 4 guys with pistols. Their one job, the most valuable item for their squad at that point is the bomb. Oh, they have just lost it mentally right from the start. They didn't come into this game on the right mental attitude. But at the moment, it looks like we're going into a technical pause, so hopefully they can get things back together.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to hope that... Well, maybe you can blame it on net issues. That's assuming that it's even Breakaway's technical pause here. I don't know exactly where these boys have got to go.
Well, 3 of us backed them tonight. I mean, we all thought that Legacy... I mean, yeah, we all thought that we could upset Legacy. We thought Breakaways could do it. And Thomas is going to go 7 in a row.
Hey, Breakaway have still got essentially 16 rounds here to try and sort of...
Look, I'm not going out drinking with Thomas until one of his predictions is wrong. That's all I'm saying, because otherwise I'm just going to hear about it forever.
I suppose, talking about going out for drinks, it is surprisingly your birthday, and you are looking amazing for a 50-year-old man.
Thank you very much. Hey, watch it. Watch it. Oh, but, yeah. All right. Yeah, it is my birthday.
Yeah, we're not going to sing happy birthday to you, because we know that that's a little bit...
Well, it's currently 12-1 to Legacy.
I was half expecting to look up and see that said 16-1. I was almost thinking it, but how sad would it be for them to get a 60? You kind of want Breakaway to pick up a few more rounds just so our cheeseburger isn't lost in vain for a single round.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be a bit of a show if they can. But Breakaway, they've got that up over to Andy. They will get enough out of this. Obviously, they got timed out in the previous round, so there's not much they could do there. Legacy, yet again, another solid buy. No AKs, mind you. They do have the AWP back out on Blitz. Their money's a little bit shoddy as well. So this is entirely, I suppose, the time for Breakaway to make a mark on this match.
Well, this is nice to see. Fast play up mid. They get the first kill. Llama's doing the job again as an entry fragger. Just need to see that aggression follow through. Someone else needs to take the lead and follow up through catwalk. Ah, it's disappointing. Come on, play some speed.
Yeah, you just want to... That's it. You want to see them... They haven't had a fast round yet. Maybe that's what we need. The fastest rounds they've had are when they've had pistols, and Stat is going to annihilate Llamas. Gyro will get a trade back onto LaCour, but Stat, he just clears himself out. Does a little bit of damage to Gyro. The player has pushed now into top connector, but Soju, yet again, he's on that aggressive push. Lurk. Andy will drop him, though, and this could be the round. The smoke will come out, but it doesn't matter. Stat picks up 3 for the round so far. This man will be on the hunt. He peeks out. He will drop at the hands of Nausea. Now the 1 versus 2. Lonsdale, he will take Nausea with him. And Andy on the AWP. He has to hit this shot. This should be the second round for Breakaway. Peeks over. No, Andy will have to fall back ever so slightly. Lonsdale tapping away. And Andy will finally pick it up. Second round for Breakaway. I called it at the start. I'm quite happy.
Breakaway's going to win it.
It's not in vain. It's not in vain. I called Breakaway. We're going to win here, boys. Sadly.
Well, it's good to see Andy, you know, get a frag when it matters most. I mean, he's still clutch. He's still got the nerves of steel. He's good in those 1v1 situations. It's nice to see. I really do like to see Llamas with the aggression early, but I would have liked somebody to maybe overlap him and follow up through B short. But the B control and the trades, it worked out in their favour. They got the plan, and it was a good round.
Yeah, I suppose a winning round is always going to be a good round. Whether the plays in it are...
Too little, too late. Is it too little, too late?
It is the 15th round. They have forced Legacy down onto, I suppose, a very minimalistic buy. So, like I said, the best time to cripple the money. And they've done it. My biggest concern, though...
Great frag from Andy. That's what we want to see.
It was beautiful. Blitz, he picks up one. He's looking for a second. Llamas immediately. That nade's going to go down. Oh! Chunks him down to 61. But still, that weapons advantage entirely with Legacy. Stat on the UMP, though. We saw him have a solid round, even against the buy of Breakaway earlier. So my biggest thing is whether he can pick up a few with this UMP.
Look at this. There is not any aggression from Breakaways right now to hit that catwalk. They get mid-control. Nobody follows up to be short onto the B side. B side was completely clear. I would have liked something there. Now they're rotating back. Falling back through T spawn, it looks like they're going to be going for an A split, and it looks like a great lurking position in T window. Lower connector.
LaCour could actually get caught out here. He's very much aware that they could have pushed up connector. There's two players over on B. Longtail might have to rotate out. That'll give it away. Hazard will drop him. Both players just going to rotate off. There's not much of a chance here for Legacy. This should now be a 12-3 half. The bomb plant will come through. Not an issue with that. Both players essentially around that mid-area. Llamas, oh, he's going to fall at the hands of Stat. The man's not even going to upgrade to the... Yeah, he will upgrade to the AK. I just had to start saying it, didn't I? Either way, if there's two players I want in this clutch situation, it is definitely Stat as one of them. Peeking up, though, Hazard will drop him. Looking for a little bit more. The FAMAS not going to be doing much work. This round, formidably going to Breakaway. And how do you think this is going to be for a 12-3 half? What do they have to do into this second, coming into the CT side?
Oh, okay, 12-3. I mean, that is upsetting. I mean, Legacy have brought their best tonight. I mean, they've turned it around. I mean, that's impressive to see. I've always been a big supporter of the squad. A little bit let down that it happened tonight. I thought Breakaway were going to bounce back, but maybe the best that the best was last week.
I suppose my biggest thing is, like I said before, Breakaway have had that lead, and the other teams come back recently. We've got Legacy with the lead. Is it Breakaway's time to come back?
Well, I mean, it all comes down to this pistol round. And it looks like we've got 4 players towards the B side pushing aggressively underpass, but the T side players are already on site.
Yeah, lovely work there from Andy to hit that first headshot onto Stat, but Hazard comes through. That'll be 2 for LaCour. Switches out to the USP. Those two players coming from unders, they could have a massive impact on this round, given that they've actually played this slow. They're not too sure exactly what has happened. The bomb has been planted for short, or at least sort of that side, and LaCour picks up one more. He's on to 3 for the round. Noisia getting a little bit of damage off, but Lonsdale will drop him, and Llama's left in a 1 versus 3. The man is stuck between a rock and a hard place, or at the very least, an apartment and a hard place. Peeks around, gets a little bit of damage off, but Soju finishes him rather easily. And Legacy 13-3. The economy changes, though. Could actually change how we see this buy come through.
Well, I mean, Breakaway, they had to turn it up. It was disappointing. They were a fraction too slow on that B lurk, getting underneath underpass through B apps. They really needed to accelerate that pace, capitalize on it, and they were too slow to get out of B apps as well. I mean, once they were revealed, all the T-side players switched their vision, and they were able to make some easy kills.
All these nades going to be thrown up into mid. These players are going to give themselves a lot of room to work with. One nade goes over, though. It'll absolutely chunk the Breakaway boys. This is the time that you see an ace. You just see one person's nade go through and it picks up all 5. If I saw that, I would buy that man probably like any meal from Carl's Jr.
Have you ever seen a 5 kill with a grenade? Like with 1 grenade?
I've seen 4.
4?
4.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Oh, yeah, not in Go anyway.
No, definitely not in CSGO. And the problem is these players have already spread out so much. Now, Lonsdale picks up one, transfers onto Gyro. Hazard's going to push him. Gets one. Oh, that's a double for Hazard. Nice little bit of work there. Gets his hands on the AK. Taps away, drops Soju. He'll be looking for Stat here. This is the round to win it. This man gonna get naded. Stat comes through hard. Now, Noisia and Llamas, only the USPs. You felt so hopeful for Hazard there.
This is a 2v2. I mean, this could go either way right now.
Not anymore, as Noisia peeks up, Stat cleans him up, and Llamas, well, He must know that he's there. He just saw Noisia getting boosted. Now he's just looking for the right... Oh, no. It hasn't dropped on top of the... I think it's dropped on top of the on the boost. He's just lost now. He's trying to push onto the site with just a USP. Maybe even grab Haz's AK.
He's a miracle maker. He's a miracle maker. Llamas can do it. Watch this. He's going to collate them. I can see it. Oh, okay. That was... I was dreaming.
Did you see it somewhere else? Maybe we saw it elsewhere, you know, in the future or the past.
14-3. Legacy lead. Do we say lead at this point? I think we say dominate. Legacy dominate.
So far, this would be the
Breakaways
biggest
right
win
now.
from anyone of this season. So 16-3. I mean, we saw last week the 16-5 Greyhound over Ground Zero. 16-3 would top that, and barring last season's result between Greyhound and Darksided, it would be I believe, the biggest scoreline we've seen. Either way, push will come straight out. Gyro will pick up one. Llamas get stat. Nice bit of work there. Lonsdale's going to fall, but Soju and Blitz combining, getting a couple there. Blitz with the AK. He's going to be looking for something. 3 kills to find. But at this point in time, if there's a man I want to see get these 3 kills, it will be Blitz. He's going to peek around. He'll drop Hazza. Lovely flick into the headshot. He's going to wait for Andy to peek him, and boy, he just might be onto something. He spots out Noisia, but breakaway. They pick up a 4th round.
If he had slightly better, if Blitz had slightly better crosshair placement, he would have totally capped that guy in window. I mean, that would have been amazing if we saw that. But he is still on fire with 21 frags. He is absolutely dominating. But what I want to note was that it was a minute 28 on the clock, and they were already onto the B site. I mean, that's fast players from the Legacy, which is completely opposite to what Breakaway offered.
The thing is that you say about Blitz's crosshair placement, I think he had the placement, but I just don't think he was expecting a player to be in market at that point, so he just didn't shoot. If he'd gone for the pre-fire, there's a good chance that maybe 1 in 3 or 4 bullets that he'd get out at that point would possibly hit the head, or at least do a bit of damage there. And all of a sudden, you've got him down in that sort of 1 versus 1.5. Andy peeks out. His crosshair placement was perfect for him to, I suppose, come out.
He might have just been jiggle peeking the corner, thinking it was an AWP player, trying to counter him. Anyway, let's see what Legacy can do here. Back into their set smokes. Looks like they've got an execute to do an A split.
Yeah, they've already gotten 2 players into mid. Yep, 2 players taking that mid control, 3 players over towards A main. As you say, a nice split. I mean, they've got nothing to lose here. They do have that AK on stat, so they have forced pretty much entirely up here, but given the... they'll get a little bit of loss bonus.
Oh,
Andy
beautiful.
will fall. That's 1 AK right back into the hands of Soju. Sorry, not into Soju, Lacour. Push will come out. That's 1 for stat. 1 for Soju.
Later,
and my golly goodness, Gyro's picked up Lacour. Lonsdale's going to peek up, but this round you feel like it's almost over for Breakaway. Lonsdale will drop into unders, and he's just playing around with Gyro. Llamas has managed to drop Blitz, but Gyro has to go hunting here so he doesn't get flanked. He will drop Lonsdale. And now the 2 versus 2. An M4 and an AK up against the FAMAS and the M4 of Llamas. Soju is going to peek around, but both these players holding off towards CT. Stats just going to stay down. He's going to pick up the first onto Gyra. Llamas now 1 versus 2. What a force from Legacy. Push comes in. Llamas will pick up Stat. Soju drops him, and 15-4 to Legacy. We are on match point.
Oh, we saw some great frags, and they've just got a game plan every single time. They only had pistols, but they had utility. They executed mid fast. They got window control. They got the first frag. It's beautiful to see. There's no mucking around. They've got a game plan, and they go with it. I really like to see that from Legacy. Oh, I mean, this is the team that I'm like looking at every week, and I'm going, these guys can be one of the best in Australia and New Zealand. And right here against Breakaway, like, they're doing it. They're showing us why we think that. Just need them to be able to do it against the top dogs.
It's going to sound quite sad, but Hazza has died in 18 of the 20... Well, this is the 20th round, so 18 of the 19 rounds that have been played. Noisia will drop Lonsdale and try and drop Blitz, but Blitz gets a lot of damage off. Push coming out, players dropping out of Palace as well. Blitz drops Noisia, rifles coming on through. Gyro, he's going to push unders and care for that player, possibly on a hard flank, but no. All of these Legacy boys are very much up and ready for this A-site push, as are Breakaway. That is the 4 versus 4. But the pistols do not favour this Breakaway side. Llamas will drop Lacour. Andy drops Blitz. He drops Soju as well in stat. If there's a man I want in my 1 versus 4, it is him. He picks up 1. He falls to the hands of Andy. And oh my lord. Breakaway
Back on the ball.
They just love to mess with us, don't they? You know, you think that Legacy are just going to, you know, pull it out, woo, win the game, and all of a sudden we just see Breakaway come through with a magical force buy.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen them string rounds together throughout this entire game. Can they do it here? They should do. They've got the economy to back them. They've got the... I mean, obviously, it's never over. You have to learn to be able to come back. I mean, this is a good moment for them to train. I mean, to have the, you know, strengthen themselves mentally, to be able to deal with the situation. Yeah, it's not a pretty situation, but the match is not over. Capitalize on it. Try and capitalize on these moments and bring it back. It's a good training experience, especially when you get onto land.
I mean, then again, the last round we saw Legacy win was also a massive force buy with a lot of AUCS involved, so you do have the question. Soju will peek out. He's going to fall nice and early at the hands of Llamas. The man is just going mad at this point. Gyro's going to peek out straight into Blitz, trying to get a bit of utility off, but Noisia will get that frag in return. Gives away his position. He will have to back away. LaCour hits the shot, annihilates Noisia, and I think he might have even shot the gun away at that point, so he's had to just sort of back out. He can't afford to go for it. Lonsdale, if he peeks out, he could catch Llamas unaware. He almost does. A few shots will come through. Hazard will note that he's crossed. Lonsdale drops him. He will fall, though, and it's down to that 2 versus 2. The bomb making its way onto the B site. It is a 2 versus 1 on the B site. It would be a 2 versus 1 either site. Hazard drops one. Stat will take Hazard down with him. And now Stat with the Deagle against Andy with the M4. And like you say, we haven't really seen Andy hitting these closing out kills. He's been in these 1v1 situations.
Oh, timed. He is too clutch. Andy is good on these 1v1s. That's the second 1v1 this match. It's good work from him, but Stat just not sensing that he could be coming up short.
To be fair, you're not too sure exactly where he's coming from. You've just sort of split both sides. You've had a bit of trouble over towards A, losing those players near connector. Maybe it's just...
Still one of the main reconnecting lines for support. Yeah. Stat should have been aware of it.
At the same time, you know that in a 2 versus 2, they may have just stacked market as well. So you might have just assumed that one player's managed to push out market, maybe the other player's holding market as well. That is where I believe he was looking towards. We do see a tactical pause come from Breakaway after they've managed to string a couple of rounds together this time.
Yeah, 2 in a row. Breakaway, they're back in it. The economy's still not great, though.
Yeah. You do have to wonder what they're going to have to do here.
It's a long way back, but I hope they can do it. It's games like this that I love to watch, when teams can manage to string together rounds and all of a sudden you're watching a team choke. And, you know, you want to bring it up afterwards. You're like, mate, you did not show up. You had the game in your hands and you threw it away. We don't see it so much in CSGO. We used to see it a lot back in the day. You know, 12-3 leads go on to teams and then massive comebacks. And it was exciting. It was exhilarating, especially when, you know, the best team in the world was 12-3 rounds down. And then they come back and win it. You know, I'd love to see that from Breakaway. And if we can see that tonight, I mean, we get excited.
Yeah.
For what they can bring into future matches.
Well, you'd like to see it, but you also hate to see it on Legacy side if they can blow a 12-3 lead and then into 15-4
lead, yeah.
Yeah. You'd hate to see it if it does happen. Llamas will put up the Molotov. That's perfect utility usage, but it's only going to burn out a couple of players. Blitz will fall in the hands of Gyro. Llamas picks up one. Gyro gets himself a second. Soju has taken out the man himself. And now Lonsdale and Soju left in the 2 versus 4. Llamas will pick up one. Lonsdale will fall. Breakaway pick up that 7th round. Very positive from them. But as we look at the money on Legacy, might just be another eco before they can actually get this buyout.
Well, we see another week with Llamas top scoring for Breakaway. 3K on the B side. I would actually use that as a reason to avoid the B side early. He is just a dominating force and he is improving week to week. 15-7 here. Let's see what the T-side players can do. I mean, they've only got a couple of deagles on offer. The economy is broken. It's going to be quite difficult. Opting to take a deal towards the B halls to get a pick. Maybe try and force the CT rotate. But the bomb is unsure where to go right now. A good first frag for Andy, and that's what we want to see from him. We want to see him set up the rounds for the CTs.
Yeah, but Blitz is going to be sitting in Palace. He may as well just push out. He'll be looking for something, but it'll be Soju over towards B. Hazard has dropped Blitz. LaCour, he's doing some magical frags with this P250. It's not getting them as far as he'd like, but he is picking them up. Andy will finish the round off by taking out Lonsdale. They do lose 2 players there, and both Gyra and Hazard falling. Their money is a little bit on edge, but they've got enough that they can get a buyout for both those players. But Blitz, we see we got 5,400. That's just enough for that armor and an AWP if he does decide. And we do see a pause come through, so this is, I suppose, the question. You see Blitz, he hasn't bought, Stat hasn't bought, and maybe this is sort of whether they go for like a god weapon.
Well, pressure could be building for Legacy right now. It's building. Yeah, they're all thinking it. They're like, nah, we got this, boys, we got this. But you know, it keeps creeping, gets closer and closer and closer, the pressure keeps mounting. All of a sudden it's caught up to you. Hopefully, you know, I mean, Breakaway at this point have nothing to lose. And they're doing a good job. They're holding the B side. They've got the AWP on A side. Breakaway, come on, Breakaway. Bring it back for the boys.
I mean, the biggest problem, you say Breakaway have got nothing to lose, they can lose the match. And I hate to say it, but if you lose 3 in a row in this competition, well, not even 3 in a row, if you lose pretty much any 3 matches, you're going to be sitting at the bottom and, sadly, very unlikely to make it into that top 3. You lose 3 matches, that's kind of it for you. It's kind of like a Swiss best of 3, best of 1 system, you know? You sort of lose 3, sweet, you win 3, you're up there at least. But the sad thing is that Breakaway, they haven't lost to, I suppose, those top 2 teams that we'd expect them to.
They've had a couple tough first weeks. And Legacy, you know, I do hold them in high regard. Thought they would have done better. I mean, it was a bad first half. They do have good economy now. I mean, the match is, you know, can they go the distance? Can they put up a fight here? Can they show some winning spirit? Can we look forward to seeing them next week back up with a win? Yeah, I mean, these are all things that they need to be thinking. I mean, this is a good opportunity to practice.
Yeah.
It's practicing like these moments where you're facing defeat. And you've got to overcome it. You've got to climb the top of that mountain. It doesn't matter. You know, this is the Everest. You've got to get up there. You know, it's do or die. Yep. Well, but, you know, it looks like we're coming back into the game here, and it looks like a full buy from the T-side players.
My favourite thing here is that this is Everest to climb, and the problem for Breakaway is that when you're climbing a man the size of Blitz and you're calling him Mount Everest, he is a big man. And on that AWP, I feel like he gets another 2 foot bigger.
Well, this is really nice. Legacy were opting to do their A split. They're fully counted from the CTs in mid. They're able to get 5 players pitting them on A entrance.
Oh, Noisia is going to get caught out. The smoke's still covering off the bomb plant at the very least. Soju will get that down. Hez has picked up 1, Llama's picked up another. Soju gets a frag in return after getting the bomb down. A 3 versus 3. Gyro's already on that hard flank, but these players all coming from Connector. It's going to be a little bit awkward. All 3 in one spot. Blitz still has that open. I believe he's positioned right the way back towards A main. Dink coming through there. Andy, I believe might have actually been dinked through the stairs. But a lot of heavy tagging coming through. Gyro has managed to drop Soju. Players will push up. Smoke will come in on the bomb. LaCour will fall. Blitz, he has to find something. He drops 1. He's got to be looking still. The bomb will be defused. He will find Gyro. And he's just ever so slightly going to survive.
Oh, that was too close for comfort. I thought Breakaway were going to clean that round up easy, but Legacy brought it back. And then Breakaway brought it back and they won the round. I mean, that was massive. I think what was the turning point in that round was Gyro opting to go through CT spawn and regather that position. Killing that T-side player, it really shut down the crossfire that the T-side had on that advantage with the bomb down. Great read, and it was just patient play from the stairs players in jungle to just sit it out until he got into position. It was good. It was good work, and that's what we need to see from Breakaway if they're going to come back and win this match.
Yes.
Look, I want to support them. I'm saying Breakaway can come back and win this match. I'm excited for them. I mean, come on, boys.
I want to support them as much as you do.
I'm getting amped now. I've got the energy flowing through my veins. I'm getting red in the face. This is something I'm excited for. Come on, Andy.
Either way, we do see Andy pick up 1. Blitz gets an immediate trade back. LaCour burning to a crisp. Gyro will drop him. And Stat is going to push through. Lamas picks up another one. Stat gets 1 more. Lonsdale drops Gyro. Hazard will get 1. And now Stat left in the 1 versus 2. He's going to fall.
Smoke. Come on, boys. This is a game now. We're bringing it back 5 away. Economy's on their side. T-side economy's broken. This should be another round that they should bag up. 15-11. 4 away. Come on. Look at that. Llama's on 21. Gyro on 20. Blitz, I mean, he's still carrying the way for Legacy there. 26 kills, I think he's...
Look, I don't know what to say at this point. I just had to sort of jinx it, didn't I? I had to say, so this could be the biggest scoreline we'll see winning it this season so far. And all of a sudden, Breakaway bring it back to yet another close game. I mean, every other game, it's been at least 16-10, sort of 16-11. It's been, I believe 16-13 is probably the most common score we've had.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know how it happens.
No, you don't. I think credit to the LPL Pro League as well. Like, the teams that we have this season are even better than the last. And with that, you know, you have teams that are capable of coming back from almost certain defeat and turning matches around. They've got the skill and they've got the teamwork to be able to do it.
Stat is absolutely popping off. He's picked up 2. He's still going to be hunting. There is a player in mid-window. It is Llamas. He will do the cleanup work. Noisia on 2 points of health. For essentially an eco round there, Legacy definitely pulled out a couple of good frags. Stat was looking for the ace. I wouldn't have said no to that. But at the same time, Breakaway, they are now 4 rounds behind. We see what I can only assume to be a tactical pause from Legacy coming through. For the very simple fact that you are on very, very thin ice.
Well, Legacy, I mean, they have a strong arsenal of tactics. They can go to a whole lot of different strategies. But they're looking at where we've maybe seen an advantage on this map. I think they've got the bomb down on the A site quite comfortably. They've struggled on the B site. They're going to be thinking about what Breakaway might be doing as well. Okay, maybe, you know, they've understood that we haven't been winning on B. Maybe the CTs are only going to leave 1 there. These are all things that they're going to think about right now, and it's up to Lonsdale to come up with that call that is going to be able to put Legacy into a position to win it. And it looks like they're going for the A split with a fast mid control and where they come up through connector. It could be working this round because they haven't got a strong mid presence from the CD players. Although Gyro on underpass using smokes, it's going to really hold them back.
3 players though, pushing right back up into connector. It now leaves an almost 4 stack towards this A site. Gyro will pop out, head towards market. It's probably a good job that Legacy haven't actually picked up that much information from this. They wouldn't know that those players were all in mid early with the amount of smokes that were down.
Now. If he jumped in, he's got it free.
No, I think Andy spotted it, but no, Lakori does get the frag. Hazard's going to try and push around and get that trade. He will spot Lakori and he will pick him up. Brings it to that 4 versus 4, but blitz from Palace. They're not expecting him there. Nades coming over. It's an open A site. The bomb plant has to come through. And the players will be looking to pick up these frags. And now the bomb plant will come through. And a 3 versus 4. It does not look good for Breakaway. I've said this so many times already. They'll probably do something magical, but Lonsdale, you'll have heard that player jump up in to connector. Very keen to see what happens here. Flash comes through, will drop Gyra. And now Noisia and Llamas. 2 players that should be able to at least get a frag or 2 here, but I think it could be all over. Oh. That's Llamas going down. Noisia left 1v4. That will do it. Legacy Esports take it to a 16-11. We don't get entirely jinxed. We don't get entirely messed over here. Tom is now 7 from 7. How does that make you feel?
Come on, Breakaway. You should have got that match. Really disappointed with that first half. It was nice to see what you brought back late in that game, but back to the drawing board, boys. You need more direction.
Yeah, you need more direction. You need anything you can get there for the, I suppose, the poor Breakaway boys. Yep. But with a little bit more insight, I think we're going to have to throw this back over to Dallas and Mr. 7 from 7, Tom.
Thanks very much for that, lads. And Mr. 7 for 7, how do you feel about that?
Too easy. Easy clap, I guess. Get out of here. No.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. You know, Breakaway have looked very, very hungry in those first 2 weeks. You know, taking it toe-to-toe with, I'd say, you know, some more favorite teams, you know, in the tournament. And coming up against Legacy, I felt that was their chance, you know, to get themselves a win. But they started off very slow. I think they were down 9-0 before they picked themselves up the first round. So, you know, if you're Breakaway in that situation, how hard is it to come back from that when in the first 2 weeks you've just been toe-to-toe with these 2 teams and now you've got a 9-0 deficit?
I mean, it can be quite demoralising. They're all younger fellas as well, so they don't have as much experience as some of the other players on the other team. But I feel like they actually did sort of bring it back, to be honest. I don't think it actually, you know, like rattled them too much. They were losing 15-3, I think it was, and they brought it back to 16-11, so they won, 8 rounds in a row. So it shows that they actually do have some confidence in themselves to bring back the rounds. I think they just had one awful half, to be honest with you.
Yeah, very true. I mean, and we saw it there as well. You know, we talked about Blitz and Gyra before going into this matchup, and both of these players had absolutely exceptional performances. Blitz one shy of the 30 bomb there, Tom, and also Gyra was, I'd say, he was leading the fragging as well, but he also had some extremely high impact kills.
Yeah, no, most definitely. He was hitting some beautiful shots.
And your boy Lamas, anything to mention about him?
Lamas, I think, I honestly think he's a very good up-and-coming player. I wouldn't be surprised to see big things from him in the future. He seems to just frag every game, so yeah, he's solid.
Well, we've just seen it there. Breakaway Esports get taken down by Legacy, 16-11. Bit of a great comeback, though, coming out from Breakaway. But we'll be back after the break for match number 2.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Flavor, beats that move you.
Welcome back to the Let's Play Live CSGO ANZ Invitational, brought to you by Carl's Jr. And it is indeed week number 3. Next up, we're going to be having Chiefs taking on Greyhound Gaming. But if you're just joining us, we've just seen Legacy take down Breakaway Esports 16-11. And what a matchup that was, Tom.
Yeah, no, that was... we were getting hopeful for the cheeseburger for a while there. I mean, we got up to 9-0, but Nut is coming in with that curse really costing us all at home there. But no, that was a good game.
Yep.
Breakaway made it a bit interesting towards the end there, but Legacy really looked like they were going to win that one from the start.
You say that as well, and Gyra almost picking himself up a back-to-back ace. Imagine that if you're Gyra, sitting there going, I was just one off away, back-to-back, he would have been the real People's Champion.
Yeah, no, definitely. Everyone would have been loving him. Giving him that sweet follow.
Well, again, coming up match number 2. But before we get into match number 2, you know, we have our pro tips brought to you by Carl's Jr. Let's take a quick peek to see what we've got in store for you this week.
Anything. And pushing the corner. And it's not off. I don't think they're coming. Oh, here, Luke splits in a 1v2. With the 4.
Tonight on Carl's Jr. Pro Tips, we're talking about practice. We want to work on our aim and reflexes, so to do that, we need to get into the workshop and play some custom training maps. My 3 favorites are aim training dart, aim and reflex training, and aim bots. With these maps, you can set benchmarks and beat your previous records. In comparison to sports, it's like running the beep test and always trying to beat your record. With every aim map, you have a menu board you can customize to your preferred settings. On this map, I change the amount, the delay, and the static duration. Usually, I roll in the Rutherfords and do everything by the hundreds, but here I'll do 50. Your end result gives you a percentage of shots made, which you can aim to beat. Here on aim training and reflex, we're shooting moving targets. Typically, you want to work on all your preferred gun types like pistols and rifles. Remember, you're trying to improve the way you play in a match setting, so incorporate movement by strafing left and right. Control your burst fire and recoil. On aimbots, there are 2 benchmark tests you can run. AK armor with 4 walls, 100 kills as fast as you can. Your goal should be sub 1 minute 40. With practice, you discover new and innovative ways to control movement and burst fire. These training rooms will get you prepared for official matches. The final benchmark test is 1 wall, silenced M4 with no armor. Your goal should be sub 1 minute. In time, you'll improve immensely and no longer recognize yourself. All these activities can help you develop as a player. Lead by example and give it everything you've got. We're talking about practice.
Well, there you have it. Pro tips brought to you by Carl's Jr. and, of course, narrated by Wayfarer. And, I mean, I like how he's had to speed it up there a little bit. There's definitely some Wayfarer aim there, Tom.
Yeah, no, I don't think he wanted to show us all his real aim, so he was getting us to hide it a bit, you know, being a bit cheeky.
But yeah, let's talk about that just for a brief moment there, you know, how important it is to obviously practice your aim, and you obviously being an ex-player, how often would you say practice your aim, not against other players, but just against bots like that on a daily basis?
Honestly, I think it's used quite a lot, like people just come in and watch the final product, watch the game at the end, but a lot of players would really put several hours each day in an aim practice, like you see there the training aim ones there. It really helps with your muscle memory and just being on point, really. You play those for half an hour, and you really start to feel confident with your aim and really in the zone to hit heads, really. Yeah,
and I remember myself as well when I first started playing, you know, playing the game. The actual competitive mode doesn't really teach you too much. Obviously, it teaches you timings and things like that. But what really matters, I think, at the raw beginning is that aim. Yeah, and you can't really get that from, you know, killing 1 of 5 players or 2 of 5 players each round. You've really got to get in there and just shoot bots or shoot players over and over and over again. So really like that this week's pro tips.
Yeah, no, for sure. For new players coming in, that would honestly be one of the most vital things, is putting a lot of time into the game and learning how to use each gun like correctly. There's spray patterns to each guns and that, so it really takes a lot of time to learn what each gun does and how it reacts. So to go on an offline server, you really get to maximize that.
Well, shall we have a look at obviously match number 2 rather than us waffling on about how to get better at some aim? Let's talk about some guys who are already have almost perfect aim. Chiefs going to be taking on Greyhound Gaming, and what a ripper this one's going to be. Obviously, Greyhound Gaming last week, very strong performance, and Chiefs this evening going to be using the sub team as the main team's overseas.
Yeah, unfortunately, the main team's overseas in China right now at an event, so they had to get a ring-in team. But I still think these boys can come out of the blocks and really give Greyhounds, I wouldn't say a run for their money, but they could maybe scare them a little bit and maybe put them off their game. They got a few sharp players there like Moojuice and Pilly, who have been around for a while as well, also with Tim One. If I'm not, I think Haz actually might be filling in for him tonight, so you might see Haz filling in. But yeah, these boys, they're really, I guess they're not as known as some of the other players here, but they have a lot of skill, and I think they won't be afraid to really go at it tonight.
Definitely. And obviously on the side of Greyhound Gaming, we know him, we love him. Dexter, Urcast, Malta, Sterling, and Big Dick Stacey here. And I mean, you know, the names speak for themselves. They're all great players. You know, they've all got amazing strengths. We saw Malta last week pick us up the first knife, obviously, for everyone to win a prize from Carl's Jr. as well. But do you think maybe overconfidence could come into play this week and they might get a bit surprised?
I think it's a possibility, but I think, like as you said, Greyhounds sort of seem like very confident when they come up against like minnow teams, I suppose. They really come out of the blocks firing and sort of just show, I wouldn't say no respect, but they really just show their authority. So I think it'll be quite a comprehensive win tonight.
Well, the player matchup here, Urkas getting his time in the spotlight. You know, a legacy player and very, very good as well. Coming up against Luke on the side of Chiefs there. I guess, talk to us a little bit about these two players.
Urkas, yeah, he's honestly one of the best players in the region. He's been around many teams, he's done it all. One of the most well-respected names in the region, really. He's usually using the AK or the M4. He's quite good with those guns. He likes to do quite a lot of solo plays, work by himself a lot, but he's also very explosive as well. He's just a very all-rounded player.
I think as well, you know, we've got Luke highlighted there,
yeah.
But if you're watching at home, you've got to keep an eye on all these lads on the Chiefs side. I've had, I guess, the pleasure of playing with Straxmores a few times as well, and you know, he's quite a sharp player, quite a good player as well. So it's really going to come down to not just individual players on the Chiefs side in this matchup, but them as a whole. And I mean, do you have any insight? Do they play together at all?
Yeah, they're actually a team. Like, so this is actually Chiefs Academy team. So they're their second team, basically the team that they're nurturing to, you know, take to another level. So obviously, if Chiefs can see potential in them as an organisation, then they do have something to offer. So yeah.
Well, speaking of guys who are ready to get into the game, we've got our two casters, Nutters and Wayfarer, to take us away with this one. Let's get amongst it, shall we, guys?
Oh, well, I'm assuming that's going to be two Greyhound choices from you guys. I'm assuming it's going to be two Greyhound choices from us.
100%.
I think it's pretty obvious that we think Greyhound are going to take this one away.
Yep.
It is a little bit unlucky that this is the week where Chiefs, they could actually take it to the next level. It's that point where it decides whether they're coming in at sort of first or third after this week. And sadly, they are overseas, I believe in China, playing something else. And I do believe, I just had word in my ear, we do have Haz, and we do actually have Inferno.
Yeah, we do. We have Inferno, and we saw that last week, and it's a great map. And the thing with Greyhounds is that they never ease up on anybody, so they're not going to give these guys any opportunity. Nah. And they're looking at this tonight as the 16-0 game.
Yeah, and I suppose they had the player highlight on Urcast. Now, one of the first times I ever, you know, commentated with Urcast playing, it was probably a couple of years ago now. It wasn't the old Corvidae lineup, but you know, moving a little bit further through, they were overseas. I believe they were actually against Tai Lu. And watching him pick up a 1v5 clutch was, you know, it just got you a little bit boing, sort of going, you know? And either way, we've got the Chiefs taking on Greyhound. This is it. We're coming straight in. We've got the Greyhound starting on this T side. We've got 3 sets of armor, Dexter and Urquest with that little bit of utility. And all of a sudden, I'm keen to see exactly where this is going. Okay, so we'll put that flash straight up Banana. Push will come through. Sterling is looking to push up. That's going to force Luke back. It's actually going to be the other player, I believe, holding on that B site. But I actually think he used to play for this team.
Oh, fast play from Sterling in on the B site here. Early frag. Beautiful to see.
Oh, Lord. Quick pickup. Oh, no. Sterling, you almost go to plant the bomb. He will be able to drop Pilly. And Moojuice is now left in a 1 versus 4. It's going to be a little bit awkward. But he is aiming out at Dexter. He's trying to pick up the strike. Flash will come through right into Sterling. He'll peek.
Man.
Nice.
Not only are their names embarrassing, their teamwork is embarrassing as well. Fuck.
Oh.
Man, these guys need to go back to school, and I think Greyhounds are going to give them a lesson.
I think this is going to be quite a lesson.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think these guys are well out of their... They're in the deep end of the pool right now.
And I suppose at this point, we've now got Chiefs. They've gone for a single frag grenade on Luke, as there's not really too much to get out of this one. Greyhound with a very early, I suppose, the early advantage. They've got the better weapons. Sterling on the AK. This man, he impressed me the last couple of weeks. He's still impressing me. He doesn't stop impressing anybody, I don't think. But Malta will come through and drop Haz. Strax is looking to do a little bit of something over on that A site, but Molto is going to Molotov that off, see if he can get a peek out. Dexter spots him out, he's jumping with the MP5, he will drop Strax. Peeking through, Urcast will take out Moojuice. Now Luke and Pilly left in a 2 versus 5. These boys, they've got nothing with these USPs. They're just going to be holding, maybe seeing if someone will push directly into the crosshair, maybe find a person without head armor, but no. Every player on this Greyhound side is completely armored up. Urcast will drop Luke. Pilly.
This game's only just started and they're hurting. They're hurting. Dominated. The MAC-10, the SMG's going after them. They're not even offering anything with those USBs. I know it's early days, but I think this is how the game's going to flow from here on out. I'll be disappointed if it isn't. If it doesn't hold up like this. I mean, come on, Greyhounds. Give it to them. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, you do kind of want to see Chiefs, the Chiefs boys impress. It's a little bit, it's going to be a little bit awkward if they do get 16-0'd, but on the other hand, it will be 2 weeks, 2 weeks in a row. The Greyhound will provide us with something beautiful.
That's right. I think this is the game. This is the game we're going to see some specials.
Luke's picked up one. Dick Stacey's on top of him. Oh, Lord, he flicks around. He won't be able to drop Pilly. These M4s coming through, but Sterling with the UMP drops Pilly. Upgrades to an M4. A little bit of tagging going through there. Now the 3 versus 3 weapons advantage, you'd say, with Chiefs. Could be quite interesting to see how this one's playing out. They have cleared out the entire B site. There isn't a single player there to essentially stop them. The smoke is still down for CT, but Dexter needs to get on, needs to get that bomb planted. Trying to get above coffins. Oh! I was not sure you could plant there.
Well, we really need to see Urcast manage to pull something out from here. This is what we're talking about, the star player in the star position. First frag up, down.
That's Hez going down. Looks like there will be a peek coming through. Urcast picks up another, he drops Muju. Strax now 1v3. The poor man has to just run away. Urcast is going to go on the hunt. This man wants some food. This man wants... I wonder if he'll just fly over to New Zealand for tomorrow just to get some free food. But either way, Urcast will pick up a nice little 3K for the round. Greyhound Gaming will go to 3-0 up. And...
That's why I love these guys. Greyhound Gaming, they don't ease up on anybody. They see that these guys are the new kids on the block and they're coming up through the rank. And they're telling them, if you guys want to be up with us, you got to work hard. You got to get in there. You got to practice. Do some aim maps. Let's go Greyhound. Yeah. But that's a full buy from the CTs just then. Now they're going to really struggle to get back into this game. 3 rounds, it could be leading up to 4 rounds. They're going to have to get lucky with those deagles.
You know what happens when you get up to 4 rounds? Hopefully you get 16.
It's on our way. We're on our way.
You know, you gotta look deep into the future. Rather than just looking really close and sort of shallow, you got to look there and you got to go, you know what? I can see a 16-0 in the distance.
16-0. Bring it on. It's like a sunset, right? At the end of the night.
If the sunset's coming at the end of the night, we're in some alternate universe. This is like a mad fantasy.
What? Yeah, probably one of your dreams, right? Sunset on the beach with me.
Oh, mate.
Carl's Jr.
Oh, don't get too involved in that.
You are so lucky. You're spending your birthday. I'm spending my birthday with you. I mean, there's no place I'd rather. Okay, maybe.
There's probably a few other places you could rather be, but I mean, look, we won't go too deep into other places you could be.
I'm gonna say sorry, babe. At home watching. Of course, I want to be back home with you. Come on.
Yeah. Sorry, Mum, it's official. Me and him are getting married. Either way, Greyhound, they've got an MP5 on Dexter. So this is the IGL making the call that he doesn't need much more, as Dick Stacey will drop Luke. Strax has already been heavily tagged up. And we will be seeing a rotation coming early. And I like this. Dexter, the IGL, he's going in. He's baiting with the MP5 for Malta to get those cleanup frags behind him. It's just the levels of teamwork you see between these Greyhound boys that just seem beautiful. Dick Stacey will drop Moojuice. Sterling is going to be pushing up towards the A site. Possibly just listening, get some sound cues. Urcast is going to be the man with the bomb. He's looking to make a little bit of noise over on A. Dick Stacey will just be holding over on B. He's going to be waiting for those players to try and rotate off. It is only going to be Pilly, however, as slowly but surely they will take control over this A site.
Well, they've got to set execute with their smokes, and they're being quite cautious considering that they're 2 kills up for the round, but it looks like they've got a set play to be able to secure the A site.
suppose the thing is, against Deagles, all it takes is one bullet in the back of the head and it's all over. But Urkas, I believe he's picked up 2 beautiful frags there. Picks up 1, gets the flick on the second. No. Oh, for a second I thought Malta had killed the chicken. That would have been it. You know, friendship ended with Malta and started with probably one of the guys on the Chiefs side. Either way, Dexter getting caught a little bit unawares, but still manages to survive. He's got to keep peeking. He's got nothing to lose there with the MP5. Pilly will get 1. He'll drop some shots at Sterling, but no. Malta is befriending the chickens. That's it. Friendship ended with Chiefs. Malta is my new best friend.
Well, the Chiefs, the economy's back up. It looks like they've got the AWP. Sterling still doesn't have an AWP, and he went 18 kills from 21 shots last week. I went back over that demo, and I counted every single shot he took. He took 21 shots, and he got 18 kills. That is some statistic. He is a good player with that AWP. And they're not even having to use that right now.
That's what, like 89%?
I mean, I was
something
calling
like that.
95. Yeah, it is something ridiculous like that. Yeah.
So something ridiculous.
I mean, anything in the high 80s. I mean, just goes to show, you know, his ability and his impact for Greyhound Gaming already.
To be fair, anything over sort of 80%, sorry, even 70% when you've got the AWPers just popping off some random shots as well.
Exactly.
You've got quite a bit of luck there, but it looks as though the Chiefs boys are going to go for a boost behind New Box. It's going to be slow from Greyhound as they understand that these weapons are out. They're probably just trying to get a vibe on what is happening, as Strax has already picked up Dexter. Malta has been tagged up rather heavily as well, so he needs to sort of work his way around the map. Sort of behind. If he's going to play that sort of baiting role, then he needs to make sure that someone is ready to back him up. But at this point in time, Luke will pick up 1. Urkas gets a frag right in return. Urkas will fall. Sterling comes on through and drops a pill. He leaves this B site wide open. He'll put the smoke down. He'll go for the plant. And this, now in the 2 versus 2, the man has... he drops, he makes that noise, he switches out for the AK. Obviously at that point he was looking to try and do it silently, but when he can switch out now, they know where he is. It's not a problem. 2 AWPs and an M4 on the retake. It's not ideal in pretty much the slightest.
His utility is perfectly putting the pressure back on Chiefs, even though they got the numbers.
That Malta just comes out. Sterling, he's holding on. He's going to drop Haz. Malta's taken out Muju. Strax left in the 1 versus 2. He's got no chance, no kit. The shot will come through. Sterling with the perfect bait. No! Yes! Come on! No! Oh!
No! Oh, mate! The night kill, they're doing it. They're delivering for the fans.
I just want to point out, last week they waited until the final round of the half. It was 12-2 at that point. Sorry, it was 11-3 at the point where they were going for that knife. The fact that they are going for this 5 rounds in is absolutely beautiful. They know that they are outclassing these Chiefs boys.
That was great to see. I mean, they still took down the CT weapon as well. He wasn't able to save that AWP. I mean, that was a huge run from Greyhounds. That was pure class. And Malta stopping the aggression straight away.
Oh, that's actually a beautiful trade there from Sterling. Quite often when you see the Nova get 1, it gets a second because that player is not in close enough proximity and doesn't get that, I suppose, that pre-fire perfect. I'd like to see someone else pick up the Nova now on the Greyhound side and try and make this push onto the B site. But either way, that'll be a nade down onto Haz. We'll chunk him down quite a bit. He does have the armor, so it won't hurt him as much as the Greyhound players would have liked. Strax doesn't have the armor.
This is a great call from the T-side players here. The A-side players who are advancing on mid, they're not getting any information or response from their utility. So there's telling the B-side players, you know, going towards Banana, you know, slow down. Don't execute just yet. We're looking for that information to be able to get a safe route onto the bomb site. But no, they've got full utility and they're smoking up the B side.
Yeah, smokes will come over, smoke down for CT, coffins, everything essentially covered off. Malta will pick up 1, pick up 2, looking for a 3rd. Urkas finishes him off. That was lovely work there from Malta. He picks up 3, he was looking for the 4th. I don't mind that Urkas ended up picking up in the end. But overall, this is just showing that Greyhound are absolutely on top of it. Chiefs with 3 AWPs.
3 AWPs. I mean, they've got to pull out a magical play. I mean, Greyhound's on another level. They're a professional squad. These guys, you know, top of the tournament. I mean, they were our last season winners. You got to do something different. Something that's going to maybe offer you some sort of advantage. Cast with the nades. Early game, first frag. That spells trouble.
That's it. Billy has managed to get out unscathed, however. And they're forcing the rotate almost already from these CTs. They have split the A players a little bit. As he's got a peek around, he does find his first frag of the round. His only second frag of the game. Strax will pick up Dick Stacy, and now it's looking favourable for these Chiefs boys. But sadly, you do have to wonder if they're going to be able to keep this up. Push is now coming entirely towards A. Sterling wants to peek around. Malta is up apartments. He's already dropped Strax. Has caught back on site. Smoke will come through. Malta's dropped out. That's going to cover it off. They have to know where he is here. He will pick up one. He will fall, however, at the hands of Malta. This man is on fire. The bomb plant will come through. Mujuice and Pili both retaking with AWPs. One kit, very little utility being in the 2 flashes on Mujuice. The 2 AKs, though, the 1-tap potential. I'm going to have to give this to Greyhound before they get into this. And Malta is spotted out. He picks up Mujuice. Pili's going to be looking for that frag, though. He will have heard that scope in. He's got nothing to get out of it. Shots through. Greyhound Gaming will take it up to a 7-0 lead. And my lord, I am absolutely loving this!
A 7-0 lead. I mean, that's something to say on the T side of Inferno. These guys have set players. They understand the control of the map. They're getting easy banana control and apartments to carpet. Woo! I mean, Greyhound are on a roll right now. We are looking seriously at the 16-0.
I have to say, I'm keen for that free cheeseburger, but I have to say, since we're looking so good for this 16-0, I've just had word in my ear about a little something happening in the Tainted game. It sounds pretty interesting to me. Apparently we're going to have a fill-in player, but who knows exactly what's going to be happening around that. Greyhound, however, at the moment, they are just filling Chiefs up with bullets. I almost said that they were filling them up with something else, but who knows. Either way, quick push towards this B site. Mac 10 on Urkas and Malta. The man is going absolutely ham here. Spotting that player back at New Box. Luke and Juice combined, pick up a couple. Urkas will drop Pili. Push will come through. Luke looking for anything with this CZ.
Holes in the smoke. The CTs have a good position here. Late banana rotate. Be interesting to see if he can pick up a frag or if he gets shot down on that car real quickly.
Yeah, the bomb plant coming through is, I suppose, the positive side for Greyhound. It gives them a little bit more time to work with. Well, rather specifically 40 seconds as Dexter picks up one, looking for another, playing around Fountain. Oh, the tap onto Luke. And has... My lord, this is just clinical.
Yeah, Dexter is making massive shots. That second shot round the Fountain. Tap. 1 taps. I mean, that's 1 taps, baby. Whoa. We'll have to talk about that one later.
Yep. We just might have to have a talk about that one. If you're on Twitter, feel free to have your little luxy around and see what you might find. But at this point, what I want to find is a free cheeseburger tomorrow. And Greyhound are definitely getting me on course for that. We've got the triple up setup back out from Chiefs. It didn't work last time. It probably won't work this time. You almost feel bad for them, but at the same time, what can you do?
Well, it is a good opportunity for them to be able to hold structure and potentially test some of their players that they have been putting together. I mean, this is a team. They are trying to improve and they're trying to get up to this level. And a massive 2K, which really influences the round, but there's no one else on B to be able to support them. Has with a massive frag on carpets to be able to pull this round back in their favour. 3 players to 2. Urkas next to no HP. No real map control here for the T-side players. I think this could be a round for Chase.
Let's be honest, though.
Time to perfection. Urkas catches them out. Vulnerable.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter if he's down on low HP. These are AWPs. Oh! Strax will pick up Malto so close to the collat there. Urkas is going to keep peeking. He's going to get tapped out by the USP.
Well, there's good communication between their teammates. They knew that Urkas was low, and that's why he switched to the USP to play him.
My cheeseburger.
Yeah, I know, but we're not here for food. We're here for competitive CSGO
Competitive count, exactly, Chris. That's disappointing.
Well, I mean, we almost saw the knife kill. We've still got a couple of bonuses that could go away tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this match because I think this could be a game where something does pop up.
Absolutely, as it will be a double up setup this round. They can't afford the triple. Shot through the smoke. Mujuice will leg Dexter
early. That's definitely going to help them. This jungle on Orb, it looks like they're doing quite a sensible play now with 2 Orb on CT on Inferno. I mean, that's a viable tactic, really, on Inferno.
I hate to say it. You say that it helps getting the leg on Dexter, but Dexter's not the man fragging at the moment. You really wanted that leg on someone like Urkast or Sterling or Malta, or, you know, the leg could have gone on anybody else and it would have been slightly more impactful. I'm not saying that Dexter's having a bad game, but he's just letting his team go for it. And it's absolutely beautiful to watch. Dexter's just got to push this hard. He's got to get the shots off on Mujuice. He hits the frag, pushing through the smoke. He just goes around. Luke picks up one. He's going to be looking to upgrade to that AK as fast as possible. Malta pushing straight on through. Man in pit, man in mini pit. He drops Haz, he's tagged. And Urkast is going to be coming around. The bomb is on site. The bomb will be getting planted. It's right back of sight, so Pilly can't really do much. Players will come round. Sterling's going to get caught out, but that gives him away. That's Malta falling. And now Pilly, he's in for a multi-frag here. 3 players now. 2 players coming over from Library. It will be Urkast, though. He is still holding around Diggity. Actually, no, he's pushed his way around Arch side. He's managed to drop Strax, and now the pressure is on these players. Luke's going to push in. Dexter drops one. What does the leg do to him? It does nothing. He will have been spotted there by Pilly. But the time is just running out. The man has a kit. But Urkast holding the angle. Greyhound instantly reset this Chiefs side. Dexter with the BM, a few bullets through the face.
Such smart plays. The way that Dexter plays that, it's just so beautiful. He's playing his angles. He's not peeking and revealing himself. He's not putting himself in a vulnerable position, which is going to put all the pressure on Urkast. He's just staying alive and he's making his shots count. It's so good to see. He's such a smart player. And that was a dire situation for Greyhounds, but they managed to pull through and won it. These guys are such a pleasure to watch. And look at this fast pace from Sterling on the B. He gets fast banana control. There's no defense. Great CS.
The one thing that is quite sad, though, is that the amount of Molotovs they've put up, whilst it does a lot of damage, it slows them down as well. You do wonder if he had the chance to keep pushing, it would have been even more beautiful. But Malta will drop Strax. It's now Haz in the smoke. He's going to try and walk through. Haz is going to push it. Urkast, though. Won't get the damage off. And Haz has been forced back. I'm going to entertain myself with his name. Sterling drops Pilly. The bomb has been picked up nice and early. Has 4 scout headshots, and he could be absolutely on to win this round, the Chiefs. That might be asking a lot, though. In any case, Haz will peek around. Dexter will clean him up. 10-1, Greyhound will lead Chiefs. I do wonder if come this 15th round, whether we're going to see, you know, the knife just pop out again and someone's going to get...
It's very situational, isn't it? I mean, when they actually do apply the knife, it's in a logical situation where they know that the opposition is flashed or, you know, trapped in a corner or they're sneaking up behind them. We've just been lucky enough to see Greyhounds get into that position because of their teamwork several times before.
Yeah, it's teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's so beautiful to watch their execution and how fast their entry frag players are going. I mean, look at Stacy right here, just leading the way. He doesn't. Beautiful coordination with the nades. It's good to see.
Dick Stacy just pops in there and picks up that frag over Urkast's nade. You do wonder who throws first, who actually gets the kill in the end. But Urkast will drop Billy. Now leaving Strax and Mujuice in a 2 versus 5. Not looking too good. Sterling will fall. 2 players still over. Oh no! Strax going hard. The one tap!
Later, bro. See ya.
Either way,
wouldn't wanna beat ya.
Mujuice has his hands on the AK. He's gonna put the Molotov down, and you do wonder, these Greyhound boys, they are flanking in from all sides. This would be the perfect time to just possibly see the knife come out. Please, come on, somebody, anybody. If Malta does it 2 weeks in a row, that man is probably coming to land, to be fair, if they win. You know, they keep winning like this. Either way, I love how they fake the bomb plant. They're looking for him. They're just waiting for him. They're waiting for something. It is just...
They're
beautiful.
Playing mind games here.
They want to get in. He is! He's waiting with the knife!
No way, no way.
No.
No way.
No.
No way.
Come on. Oh, no, Malta will be caught out.
No,
yes! Come on, the flash, it's all just beautiful. The smoke comes in, Urkast's gonna fall, Malta will fall. Wait, Mujuice is on for an ace. Oh, which way is this gonna go? No, he can't find Dexter. It's gotta be too late, he taps the bomb. No, if you can find the frag onto... Will he? Come on. Yes, no? Oh! Yes, we've got the ace from Mujuice!
Oh my god.
We get ourselves some free fries!
There was...
And a drink!
Oh my gosh. Unlock the special. Just for
Wow!
Just for everybody at home. You can get that tomorrow up until 11 o'clock.
11 p.m. tomorrow
11
night.
o'clock tomorrow night, or until stores close.
That, well, I don't even know. That, he did not deserve the ace. I'm not saying Greyhound threw him the ace. Greyhound were trying to throw us the free fries. So, I don't blame them. That was absolutely beautiful.
Good on him for pulling it out. I mean, you don't want to go down to a knife like that.
Oh, Luke, he's holding close here. He's going to get spotted out. Dick Stacey will drop him yet again. Dick Stacey and Urkes combining for kills. The tap towards CT. Billy's going to put that smoke down. If he peeks behind it, and Dick Stacey, he is going hard right now. He is going to peek around. He's going to drop Blue Juice. Could we see 2 aces in a row? Probably not, because Malta's already over towards the A side. But they may let him go hunting. Dick Stacey's picked up 4.
Didn't Urkes get
No,
the
Malta
first
knows. Oh!
I think Urkes got the first frag, didn't he?
Dick Stacey got all 4. It was an assist from Urkes. But Malta...
It's this relentless pace from Greyhound Gaming, how they just progress across the map. They don't slow down. They've got players like Dick Stacey who just charges through. And what that allows your teammates in behind to do is it creates space for them to move. It creates space for them to be able to trade. And when you get that creative space on bomb site with the bomb down, you know, it gives Urkes and Malta and Sterling a position to be able to close out the round. I'm just credit to Dick Stacey and the way he's playing against these guys. It's fantastic.
He's playing absolutely amazingly, but another man that is playing absolutely amazingly is Malta. He is, however, going to fall at the hands of Strax. He has picked up that single frag into the round, though. It has forced a rotate from these CT players, and boy, they're actually heading over towards the correct bomb site. I'm not saying for once, but it is good that they're finding that space.
Dick Stacey straight up the middle here, and he gets a kill onto A site.
He just knows how to find the hole. He just finds a hole and that's it. He's in there. He's getting the shots off.
He's just going for it.
Either way, it's still going to be the push towards B side. The bomb sitting in the back of apartments. Luke on the flank. I don't think any of the T-sided players are essentially ready for this. This could be a clutch round from Luke, but he has to get the frag off. Billy is going to fall. That'll be Urkes picking up another. Moojus goes down. And oh no, they're just going to...
Yeah, the bomb
rotate towards A.
It's still located towards carpet.
Oh, you almost feel bad for these boys. You can tell the Chiefs they're trying their absolute hardest.
Well, the Greyhounds still don't have the information of where the CT player is. I don't think they would have presumed that he actually pushed down mid, came up banana. They might be thinking he's on the A side towards pit.
Well,
but Luke might come up here with a frag and catch them out. I'm not too sure.
But you'd assume that one frag should be all he gets here, given the absolute sharpness of this Greyhound Gaming side at the moment.
They're completely controlling this matchup.
But the nerve, he's just jumping around with his knife out. He doesn't... Oh. Greyhound are toying with them. It is absolutely beautiful. He's popping shots off. The knives are going to come through the smoke. Oh, come on. See what goes here. 3-on-1. Oh, Dexter comes through with the knife. And that is some free fries tonight. These Greyhound boys know how to get us going. This... Oh, Lord, I love this.
You love your fries.
Hey, I just love this game.
Well, for the knife expert, everybody at home, you can go into your Carl's Jr. and claim your small free fries up until 11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, Moojus has pulled out a DAC deck.
Oh, well, that's what they need to do. I mean, we were talking about it before, I mean, with the rifles and the triple AWP setup. The DAC deck's a viable gun. It does a lot of damage. I mean, we were talking about a pro just recently who knocked up 12 kills in 5 rounds. It is a great gun to actually buy. And yeah, a lot of people actually talk about it as bad manners, but I mean, it's a viable gun in the game.
You could actually say that player went big.
He did.
He does help that he plays for big. I mean, look, I'm just clutching at straws here. Either way, I'm not clutching at Straxmores. I will, however, be questioning how this round's going to fall for them, as Luke has already fallen early. Whilst he has an AWP, he's not even getting a chance to peek from CT. Dex has already pushed up top mid, does manage to drop Dick Stacey over towards B site. Strax, so he's got that flash. He's gonna catch Strax unawares. He pops off the shot. He has to back away. Dexter, oh, he just peeks in with the knife anyway. He doesn't care. Spots the player dropping into pit, and that will be Pilly picking up 1. Down to the 3 versus 4. Maybe Chiefs are looking at a second round here. But the nerve of them, they're trying to get those jiggle peaks with the knives early. But it doesn't matter. They're still just not hitting them. The one thing I'd like to bring up is we've seen Chiefs with double, triple, however many AWP setups. We haven't seen Sterling pull it out once yet.
No. No, it's because of they're playing this momentum game. They can't be stopped on the aggressive plays. And they don't need an AWP at the moment because...
It slows you down.
It slows you down, exactly. They're not needing an AWP to get into a set position where he gets the pick. They're just needing that pace to just follow up and get the trade.
Oh, Malta, though. He picks up another one. He's pushed his way out of pit. He spots out the player and the one...
Snap.
Wait! He aced it! Oh, Lord Malta, you know how to do this!
You kidding me? That's 2 aces and a knife kill in this matchup.
Sadly, it doesn't double up and we don't get 3 fries and a couple of drinks now.
Not at all. In your dreams,
but
right?
Technically, he would have unlocked us another one. Another small chips and drink. My goodness, this game is full of it.
We almost got the 16-0. 14-1 lead to Greyhound Gaming. Mate, they've shown... I mean, we knew that they were going to be relentless and they were just going to take out these guys.
Oh.
Huge first kill from Dexter. I mean, this guy definitely is on the aimbots.
You'd almost say he is an aimbot at this point.
He's been doing his reflex training.
It's absolutely beautiful, but the CTs have already pushed down mid. Dexter, he is going to get caught out. Strax will pick up 1 kill. Oh, nice! Beautiful tap there, as Urkast is going to get aggressive into Banana. Annihilates Moo Juice. Pilly will peek up, but he's going to get heavily tagged as well. Urkast just going to hide away. Dick Stacey drops Pilly. That's a nice little shot there from Strax, but Dick Stacey cleans up. 2 frags to him. Greyhound 15-1 up. And as I said before, in that breakaway game, the biggest margin we've seen a win by so far was Greyhound against Darksided last season. This is now going to come onto the record.
Yeah.
With Greyhound yet again.
Look, everybody at home, everybody in a Twitch chat, I mean, this is what would happen to you if you were playing, all right? So no bad manners. This is what would happen to you if you were playing. That is how good Greyhounds are. This is a team to be reckoned with. They're one of the best, like, going on to be one of the best in the world. Come on.
I just have to say that if Tainted Minds are watching this, it probably wouldn't happen to you. See, sorry, guys. We generalize the public a little bit.
Surely they'll be warming up.
They should be. They should be. But Moojus will pick up the first frag onto Sterling, get annihilated by Dick Stacey. Strax picks up Malta. Luke's actually going to be able to have Dick Stacey peek right into him, but Urkast picks up the frag, re-smokes it, and it's down to that 3 versus 2. I'd still say that Greyhound have this one possibly in the bag. Both players watching over the bomb. Urkast, he's going to peek up. He's going to catch Strax unawares. Dexter, however, holding in the little cutout right next to Mexico. Pilly's on that hard flank back through T-spawn. Strax trying to come from top mid. So the Chiefs boys are looking for 3 different ways to pick up one of these frags. But the problem is both these players in such advantageous positions is going to be able to find Dexter. Urkast looking for anything. He's going to get a bit of damage off, but no! We do see the Chiefs pick up a second round. Greyhound Gaming, they now have to wait at least 1 more to win it.
I'm not going to be talking about any comeback here.
No, no, not at all.
It's just a pity for Chiefs that their squad is competing over in China. But, you know, I mean, I'm thankful that they managed to put the Academy squad up tonight. Oh, I mean, 15-2 though, that hurts. That's giving it to you.
Well, you know, they used to say that X gonna give it to you. But I have to say that it's Dex gonna give it to you now. This man is going absolutely ham. I don't know if it's just his shot calling or the fact that Urkast is shooting so well tonight. He's currently at 22 frags.
Yeah.
The man is absolutely on fire. Either way, it will be a couple of shots coming out there from Sterling. He's got nothing to lose, just give away his position. It doesn't really matter. They have stacked this B site. They have that one person over Diggity, may even be on the roof of Diggity at this point, just holding, I suppose, to see if he hears literally anything. But the amount of noise being made by the Chiefs boys over towards B, they may as well just stick around there.
Well, I mean, the T-side players, they could really be running into a trap here if they decide to go B side. The A-side players aren't collecting a lot of information at this point, and if the early frag goes to CTs, they're going to be in trouble.
Indeed. Luke trying to get some taps away, but it's not going to do much. Dexter will fall at the hands of Haz. That's opened up the entire A site. Urkast's going to run into the angle. He will pick up 1, 2. Unlucky, as Dick Stacey does manage to drop Luke. The man's now got an AK in his hands. And 2 bullets. Nope, he's going to have to reload. He will back away. But now he's got an AK in his hands. I don't know who's going to have this in the next round, but these teams need to go hunting before Greyhound are just given the one-tap machine.
And we saw a touch of brilliance there from Luke in showing what he's actually capable of as an individual. I mean, it was beautiful recoil control and transferring those bullets onto Greyhounds.
Oh,
But,
Moonjuice almost kills himself trying to go for the weapon.
Yeah, a bit of boosted economy there. I mean, they got picked up the AK. They've stripped Dick Stacey from utilising that weapon for this round. So it'll be interesting to see what CTs actually offer. Do you think they're going to be buying? No.
Nah.
No.
They got no reason to. They may as well just try and close it out in the next round. At the same time, even just with the P250 on Dexter and the 4 USPs, it wouldn't surprise me if they do get 1 kill here. Especially when Haz is willing to tag up Pilly early for them.
Anything is possible. I mean, especially when you've got Dexter with a P250 and a face like that. Isn't that beautiful? Fire out. And that's actually what he looks like in 20 years' time.
20? It's probably about a solid 50 years, but, you know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You just don't want to look like that at that age. I understand, Chris.
If I shave my head, I might. Fire out.
Oh, believe me, the aging will it'll take the hair with it anyway.
Hey, on my family, we got good genetics. So, you know, I've got a full flock of hair on my head. I mean, yeah, hopefully it's not going to go. Hopefully I don't just jinx it.
Well, apparently I've jinxed a lot tonight. You know, last game I said, you know, oh, don't worry, this could be the biggest victory in history. And all of a sudden, I wasn't wrong though about Greyhound picking up at least 1 frag with the USP. Oh! Dexter's trying to tap away. Dick Stacey and Sterling want to do a little bit of damage if they can. Pilly has, I believe that's Dick Stacey trapped over. He will drop him. Sterling now has an AK and is going to try and play towards this B site. This man, no, he's actually just going to wrap back around Arch and try and hold on to A. I think this time they really do just want to keep a hold of the AK-47 because they've got really nothing to lose into the next round. They can get an AWP onto him as well if they really want to.
Bomb has been planted.
In any case,
Sterling with the AK, probably opting to save that. I mean, it's a beautiful gun. I mean, I'd want to keep it. Best gun in the game.
why wouldn't you?
Well, other than the DAC tag, I mean, I could do a bit of damage with that.
Anyone can do damage with a DAC tech though, Chris. You just stand and shoot and shoot.
So good. It is so good. I would like, honestly, I want to see more pros use it. It's so good. It's the cost. Oh,
Jumping
headshot.
That was beautiful from Luke. As Chiefs do pick up a 4th round.
Well, I mean, he's the one player from the squad that we've actually seen a bit of brilliance from, right? He's getting some frags up. I mean, he could bring something this round. I mean, if he gets the first kill or maybe an entry on the bomb site, could set up a bit of momentum for the Chiefs Academy. And this is a training opportunity for Chiefs Academy. I mean, going up against a squad like this, it's a lot harder for them to get games against them. And you want to be able to perform in a match setting against a squad like this, or have some rounds that come close.
You want it to be close. You want it to be just that a little bit more. But at this point, Billy has managed to drop Urcast with the exact same nade stack that Urcast and Dick Stacey managed to pick up so many of those Chiefs players with. So quite positive to see that coming out early. And essentially, Greyhound having their own strats used against them. They were smoked off bottom mid though, so very cautious that a possible CT could just be pushing, hiding in there. Moonjuice though will be peeking up towards top mid from Mexico. He's not going to be finding anything, as Billy is going to try and get those free fires off. Doesn't really get around the corner. He will just back away. He really has no reason to go in there and lose that AK early.
Well, it's good play from Chiefs Academy. I mean, this is a good execute that they're doing. They got fast banana control. They used 3 players to get it. They picked up a frag. With that map control, they can rotate to house, secure carpets, and then from that, maybe get a bit of leeway, a bit of information, and regather to do an execute. At this point, they can quick rotate back to B, or they can fully just charge into A site. And it looks like the bomber's in a vulnerable spot towards CT, which is not good. Sterling with the first frag, that's very, very handy.
Luckily, I don't think it is actually too critical. He can get his hands back on it, but Moonjuice will hit the frag onto Sterling. A 4 versus 3 now, as Greyhound Gaming will be looking. Malta has managed to drop Luke. Malta's managed to drop Strax. He's expecting that push round Arch side. The bomb has been dropped once more. If this man peeks out, he knows that Moonjuice has the AWP. If he gets the frag off right after that bullet is fired, Dexter's dropped Haz. And now the one B3,
Yeah,
it
that's
does
a
not matter.
match.
Cleaned up by Malta. GG, well played. I'm happy. Oh. Was that was the Chiefs roster
That
just
was
going?
the Chiefs roster just going down. Yeah, they got smacked. They got smacked. I mean, it's a pity that we didn't have the Chiefs roster here tonight to be able to put up a big matchup.
It would have been a big matchup.
It would
That's
have been
the
a big
difference.
matchup. It would have been a huge game. But they tried. They gave it their best, and Greyhounds, man,
Yeah.
aren't they a force to be reckoned with? That week one, I mean, they're bouncing back, and they're just as strong as ever.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing there is that, you imagine we have the proper Chiefs squad in, and whilst the Chiefs Academy, they've put up their best effort, but compared to Greyhound, almost anyone is considered a Tier 2 team. And it's very awkward to put them up against Greyhound. If we had the actual Chiefs squad and we had it infrequent on the AWP, I would have loved to see that duel between him and Sterling.
Yep.
But I think we've got some bigger news coming up, with the next match being Tainted Minds versus Ground Zero. But for that, I'm going to give you guys back to Dallas.
Very much for that, Nutters and Wayfarer. And Tom, I mean, first things first, we've just seen 2 prizes unlock again. Moo Juice with an ace. Let's not forget Malta did pick up a second ace there as well. Dexter with a knife. So there are some prizes that you at home can go into any Carl's Jr. in New Zealand before 11 p.m. tomorrow night and pick yourselves up some free fries and a free drink. And, maybe you can buy yourself a burger as well if you're feeling hungry. What do you think about that one, Tom?
Yeah, the Greyhounds boys just look like they're having a bit of fun there, They're just chilling in the playground before school, so it was nothing much for them, to be honest with you.
But if you're Chiefs Academy, you got to feel pretty good at the end, clawing, those last few rounds together. Yeah, pretty good for the confidence, maybe for the. Oh, look at you screwing your face up.
I guess no. I mean, like possibly, but to be honest with you, I guess they'll be pretty demoralised after that. But to be honest, like as the casters were saying, it wasn't their main squad, and if it was their full team, I think it would have been a totally different story.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a real big shake-up now as well for the standings, which we will have a look at the end of the broadcast. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we return, it's going to be match number 3.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Flavor. Beats that move you.
Welcome back to the Let's Play Live CSGO ANZ Invitational, broadcasting live out of the SKYCITY here in Auckland. And it is about to be match number 3, the big one of the evening. Tainted Minds taking on Ground Zero. Now this one's going to be hot, Tom.
Yeah, I think our team are going to come out of the block firing here.
Yeah, and a big thing to sort of touch on before we get into the nitty-gritty here is Tux is out for Tainted Minds, Ustillo's in, and that's a big name.
Yeah, that's a biggie for sure. For anyone that doesn't know, Ustillo recently came back from America. He's been living over there for the past 2 years, playing for Renegades. So he's probably the best player in the region at the moment to come back. So to pick him up is, yeah, it's massive.
So Tainted Minds sitting at the top of the table. Now they've just added more firepower to the roster. What is this? What are you feeling if you're Ground Zero right now coming up against this new roster?
Yeah, I think you're shaking in your boots a little bit there, especially with Ustillo coming in that first game. I think he's just going to come in firing, confident, and he's just going to tear up.
So yeah, Tainted Minds obviously picking themselves up. An international now caliber player with Ustillo, looking pretty grim if you're Ground Zero, especially since tonight is very much a must-win for them to get themselves up on the board.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's a fate you do not want to see.
So yeah, they've got someone you've sort of claimed to be one of the better, if not the best players in the region in Sicko. Now they have Ustillo as well. What do you do?
I think they're building a little super team here, like you could say. But these guys they're very scary. All 5 of these players can pull off anything really. So. That's the key about this team, I think. All 5 of these players are actually very, very solid. They all bring lots of different things to the team, and overall, I think, yeah, they're very, very good.
And obviously, coming up, it's going to be Ground Zero. Now, tonight, keep your eyes on Nickers. Keep your eyes on Nickers. The man has been in far too many highlights getting shot at, and that is not doing him justice. An absolutely great player. I guess the other thing as well is we haven't seen Kyoto come in.
Yeah,
do you think Kyoto's going to be in tonight?
I mean, I hope so. By looking at this sheet here, it looks like he is. But it'll be interesting to see. I think they've lacked a bit of teamwork and cohesion in the first few rounds. So Kyoto's a player that's quite big on teamwork, and he's quite a good team player. So maybe he'll bring a bit more of that sort of style to the game this week.
Well, having a look at the matchup here tonight, it's Zusi, New Zealand's own, coming up against Extinct. And now a bit of a difference here with these 2 players.
Yeah, if you look at the HLTV rating there, obviously it looks like Zusi is significantly better, and I mean, I wouldn't say he isn't, but Extinct sort of, I guess he doesn't really play the sort of role where he's allowed the freedom and the ability to really shine that much of a player. But if you watch him play, he actually does get quite a lot of high impact kills, which are often unseen and unrecognized, I suppose. So yeah, he's still a valuable player for sure.
I mean, here's just a little look back here. Week number 1, Greyhound Gaming taking on Tainted Minds, last season's final. And Zusi just going hard here with the SMG. No stress involved, just tearing it up and making Greyhound Gaming pay for that one.
Yeah, that was a clean mow down there. You don't want to really give TM the even aim jewels,
And yeah, these are not just high impact frags. This is a big carry coming out here from Extinct. Really just locking this one down for Ground Zero.
Yeah, no, he's showing that he can showcase some nice aim there, so I think he's going to have to bring a lot of this into tonight's game if they want to get the win.
But again, the big thing here, Ustillo in the roster. This is the man to watch out for, and this is the thing that could, almost make them fail, in my opinion. If they haven't had that practice with Ustillo, could we see Tainted Minds fall apart?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Highly unlikely, to be honest with you. I think their raw ability will just overshadow anything else, but it's possible for them to maybe fall a bit, like get Tux's, he brings a lot of different things to the team, so maybe Ustillo doesn't bring those and maybe they struggle a bit, but I highly doubt it.
Well, let's get our predictions out of the way, and the predictions we obviously want to hear from, not Mr. Perfect over here. Nutters and Wayfarer. Boys, who do you have for this one?
Look, I'm going to have to take Tainted Minds. I completely disagree with you in saying that if Ustillo doesn't fit, that it's going to be any sort of downgrade. It's just too close. I mean, you've got 4 star quality players. It's all tainted, isn't it?
Ustillo is a huge pickup for Tainted Minds. I mean, they got the best logo as well. Ooh, I don't know, they're pretty tight. Right? But Tainted Minds, I'm on the Tainted Minds bandwagon tonight.
Hey, let me just make this clear. I'm not making a statement that Ustillo is not going to fit in the team. I'm trying to fish for some comments here. If you're asking me, I'm all on Tainted Minds for this one. Tom?
Yeah, no, Tainted Minds. Yeah, I think it's coming in with a saucy 16-3.
Give us a score,
I'm going to
prediction.
go with 16-6 to Tainted Minds.
16-6. All right, well, let's not waste any more time. Nutters and Wayfarer, take us away into match number 3. It's good.
Yeah, I think this is going to be absolutely stunning. I think that this could even beat that Greyhound game we just saw in terms of score.
Yeah. I don't think so at all. I think Ground Zero, they could bring something to this game. I mean, as time goes on, they're only going to get better. They do have some star players. We haven't really seen the best of Destiny. I mean, he was one of the best players in our region. He's still yet to find, his form. He's really struggling. I'd like to see him come back to the best. And it's really good to be able to see Overpass tonight, be able to see how Yustilo sort of fits in with the Tainted Minds boys. But for everybody at home, this is probably the first time that you've seen this map, so... Well, on Sky, so get on board and experience CSGO at its best.
Yeah, this map, one of the nicer maps to actually play. You get quite a strong CT side out of it most often, but we are going to be seeing this first push straight up through Connector, heading up towards this A site, outside bathrooms. Player will be caught on the site, but Burn, he's trying to tap away. He's looking to do some damage. Apoc and Sicko will pick up the first couple of frags. Void has already pushed up close. Yustilo picks up Destiny. Void gets one, but Yustilo, is he going to start off his career with Tainted Minds with a 3K? He is. Pistol round. Absolutely beautiful. This man, look, he's spitting in. Dallas and Tom, get out of here.
It's brilliant to see Yustilo get a 3K on the first round. It's a good way to open up the game for your new squad. And what we're going to probably see from these guys is, we're probably going to see a lot more of this from Yustilo. He's taking on a new role. I would presume he's taking on a new role for Tainted Minds. He had issues with the Renegades role that he ran for that squad. He took a lot of the hard roles, which were entry fragging, and it's sort of been the utility and just difficult tasks.
Oh, Kobe coming out already! I don't want to say this is entirely because, I'm not saying this is entirely, Yustilo's got international experience, no wonder he's already doing it so well.
It's because at Renegades, he had the NBA All-Star who gave him tips on shooting threes.
You've got that. I suppose you've got a point there. We do, however, see Apoc pushing through. Drops Burn. I like how they've already swapped out. They've already given Yustilo the FAMAS instead. Let Apoc do the work with the M4. And now it probably also has tainted thinking. Have they already got these two M4s out? Extinct is going to drop Yustilo. Congratulations, you've dropped that player. Apoc will take Extinct with him, though. Destiny gets one off. New now looking for Void, who will fall at the hands of Zeusian. I do believe that it is confirmed now that Kyoto is not going to be back during this season of Let's Play Live. Some other issues are happening, and Void will, I believe, at least temporarily, permanently be taking his place.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say so. So that was just a mistake on the graphics earlier, but we're on top of that.
We're on top of everything, Chris. It's absolutely beautiful. Just we're on top of this as much as Tainted Minds are going to be on top of Ground Zero.
Well, I mean, it was good to see Tainted Mind. I mean, it was a 2v1 Ground Zero. They actually made that round a lot closer than we thought it would have been. Promising to see, maybe things going forward with a full buy, they can do something a lot better than that.
I just want to point out yet again, Void, first rifle round, has pulled himself out the SG.
Your man, far out.
Look, I was going to try and bring that bet up, but I didn't actually expect him to bring it out this early this time. It took him so long.
Oh, great first frag from Nikez. Dallas called it.
Oh,
the quick trade from Sicko.
See, now if Sicko gets a 4K or an ace here, yet again, Nikez is on the wrong end of the highlight.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit poor, but Zusi will drop Extinct. Nice bit of work there to get rid of the AK with an MP9 of all weapons.
He loves that MP9. We see him with it every week, and he gets multi-kills with it as well. He's a freak.
Yeah, first week we saw him under Palace picking up 4 against Greyhound. Last week, I believe we saw him pick up quite a few as well. It's good to see players that know how to control these SMGs as well. Quite often you'll find that a lot of pros will opt for, generally they'll opt for the UMP, for the simple fact that simple enough spray pattern to sort of hit that headshot with at least the second bullet, and all of a sudden you're sort of on a roll, you've picked up 3 or 4 kills in the round with it. But seeing the MP9 come through with that extremely fast fire rate is just beautiful. Burn is going to push up, drop Apoc, shots firing through the smoke. Offnu is going to peek around, he's looking for that player, but it will be Burn falling. Shots through the smoke could catch Destiny out, but Void is going to jump up. The head spotted! Oh. He's given himself away just that bit too much there. And Tainted Minds take up that 3-0 lead, grab themselves a couple of AKs, and Ground Zero will have a very poor buy. I'm just
Well,
saying.
that was well read from Ofnu to be able to look at that line. Yeah, he understands that the guy's going to be jumping up there. He's ready for everything, and Tainted Mind's already establishing, yeah, that they're a powerhouse not to be, you don't want to mess with us.
I have to say, a team that we usually refer to as being amazing on overpass is the Greyhound boys. It's always been sort of a core map for them whenever they're able to pick it up. I don't think we're going to see it come out against them much in this this series. I think that against teams like Tainted and Greyhound, you're more often going to be seeing those generic maps such as Mirage. Maybe I'd like to see a Dust 2 even come out at some point, as Sicko has picked up a nice little double down into Connector. Extinct's going to fall to Ofnu, and Nick has left in that 1 versus 5. He's going to struggle to get anything out of this. Sitting through in the tunnel, it will be APOC cleaning it up. But as I was saying, you're going to see a lot more of these generic maps pulled out because it's the only place where a lot of these Australian teams know how to can do any sort of counter-stratting on.
Yeah, it is a tough map to come into. I mean, especially if you're ground zero, you're a new squad, you're coming up against one of the best teams in the region. You're still trying to get the groundwork established, the defaults, the executes, and you're up against somebody that's going to be able to defend everything that you throw at them. They're prepared for everything. And this is nice play in Connector. APOC managing to get away and delay the aggression with a molly himself.
It is interesting, you've got both scopes here, pointing up towards Playground. Extinct is going to be heading down towards Monster. Zusi is looking for him. But you've got Burn carefully eyeing up towards Playground. You've got Sicko, just on the other end. I don't know when we're going to see him pull out an AWP either. I suppose it'll probably be at the point where he sees Burn having an impact with it. Is probably going to be our most likely source. But Ustilo hiding perfectly behind Fountain. Annihilates Burn. Void is going to peek out. And he is going to lose it as well. The AWP now, he may as well pick it up. He might even throw that over to Sicko. They might swap it out for the M4. But this is Tainted Minds. I don't know how long they've been in touch with Ustilo, how long they've known this is going to be happening. But my goodness, however long it's been, this is perfect to see. Destiny does manage to drop Sicko, bring it down to that 4 versus 3 instead. Extinct looking on this B site. A flash will come over from Zusi. Will catch Extinct out. Nikez has to find something here as well. If either player peeks around this smoke, it could be all over. Extinct will drop Ofnu. I don't know if they know that Zusi's still here. They might have thought that he was that player. The flash will come through. He completely avoids it and drops Extinct. Nikez peeks around. The perfect timing. APOC takes Destiny in the middle. And Tainted Minds to a 5-0. I wanted to say that Tainted Minds... I did say that I think this would be an almost Greyhound-like scoreline. And the way Ustilo started...
Oh, he's a freak, isn't he? He is such a good player. I mean, when he was made available, I'm not too sure if Tainted Minds approached him before he approached them. I mean, obviously there's a relationship between the players already, where they have played with each other in the past. Ustilo, I mean, if he had have gone to another squad, that's something that Tainted Minds would have to go up against. So, yeah, no doubt. I mean, the opportunity to sign him, he's an all-star player with experience overseas and one of the best teams in NA, and you have to sign him.
All of this utility comes out, but it won't prevent the bomb plant. Destiny will be able to get that down in the... No! He stops, he peeks out. Zusi with another couple. He's picked up 3 for the round. Nick hasn't burned the 2 remaining players. Could this man unlock us another ace? Burn peeks up, Zusi's on 4. Nikez will get some shots off Zusi. What is he going to do? The shots will come through, and Ofnu will finish off the round. Nikez will fall. To be fair, we don't need any more chips and drink, do we?
I'm going to be so full after tomorrow. I mean, you know what would have been worse? Nikez would have been at the end of another highlight reel.
Again. Poor fella. Well, to be fair, he may still be at the end of the highlight reel if we just throw APOC's final kill in there at the end.
Yep. Afternoon. I think it was afternoon. Anyway, Zusi's on a 9-0 streak. He hasn't yet died. They're on a 6-0 lead. That's saying something. I mean, he's been one of our star players this whole tournament, and he is stepping up once again. And when a player like that is performing, it's hard to deal with. How do you counter that?
I mean, look, when we pick our star players for each week, we sort of pick our little head-to-heads, and we have a little chat here and there. But this week, I sort of went out on a limb myself, and, I might have gone through it a little bit more and just sort of said, pick these players. I'm glad to say that my players are popping off. That's all I can say right now.
Yeah, man, high five, fire out.
I would high-five you, but we're not on camera, and you know how cool our high-fives can be. Might have to come up with something a bit more intricate for the finals this season.
No, we got to work on something.
We've got to work on something, yeah. You guys have some more memes to use at some point in time, I think.
That's right. I mean, I'm probably gonna tune into some NBA or something at some point and
Find
see how that's
something out.
coming along. Yeah.
Either way, 3 Galils out on the side of ground zero. The 2 AKs in the hands of Nikez and Burn. Sicko gets aggressive with the AWP, annihilates Burn. Oh, that's the Sicko we like to see. The aggression pays off. APOC makes a little bit of noise there. Will drop Destiny, takes no damage. And ground zero, well, they're getting almost pummeled into the ground.
Well, that's full map control for the CT players right now. And that's the starting point for the T sides. They need to be able to get control. And if they get control, then they can advance and then they can execute onto a bomb site. We're not seeing that at all. We're seeing fountain control, we're seeing party, we're seeing long A. Ground zero at the moment, they're really struggling, and the timing is just off, and Justillo cleans them up easy. It's disappointing. You always got to be ready for that moment, especially when you've already dropped teammates to these aggressive positions.
I mean, look, I know that Justillo got a little bit of hate while he was still in NA, as Ofnu does pick up a nice little 2K to finish the round off. But he got a little bit of hate while he was in North America. And he wasn't performing at that standard that I think a lot of people were expecting, especially out of that Renegade squad. I just wonder if maybe now is the time. He's coming back to, obviously, Australia. He's bringing that experience. He is fragging already with Tainted. I just wonder if he's actually going to now become a star player in Australia again. Whether he can actually bring still that slightly higher North American standard, but still do some serious damage. Oh, Sicko will drop Void. Destiny in the close corner. Gonna be a flash coming through. Destiny's gonna try and push it. Destiny will fall at the hands of Sicko. That's a nice little double to start his round off. Extinct and Nikez. Nikez goes down, and Extinct left in the 1v5.
Well, we talk about this Tainted Mind squad, and every single player on this team is a star player, and we know that. Justillo will slot in as a star player. But this is a tough time for our region, really, because there's been a massive roster shuffle. So these teams, they're newly formed, they're at a vulnerable time. So it's going to take a wee while for them to all be at their best once again. So, where does this place Justillo? It's a great time to be coming back. It's a great time to be coming back. He's going to pick the holes. Oh, nice shot.
Extinct was hunting for those frags, but my goodness, that was 2 beautiful headshots. That was absolutely stunning with the Deagle. But it's in a nothing round for them. And it is just disappointing to see that. But one thing I would like to bring up is, you say that he's going to fit into this star-studded team. I want to know where Tux is going. Because that man, he's a little bit out there now.
Yeah, I am really disappointed. I'm really disappointed for him. It is a sad place to be in. And it's restructuring and finding players that are on your level, and he might not be able to find that. And he's probably going to have to settle for less, and he's going to have to do all over again and work back to the top. And that is a tiresome role to be in. And he's got so much experience, he can train up new players and teach them all the new tricks of the book, but, it's a matter of having to do it all over again. Anyway, we see Ground Zero get toilets control at the moment. This is bathrooms, and this is good to see because this is going to allow them to get... He died of his own volley.
Oh, what a silly
That's
little
a good
pickle.
pickup from Nikez, and the T-side players have great advantage, but that's the bomb. It's stranded. He's able to smoke it and get full control. 2v3, but the T-side players are in a vulnerable position. They have to recover that bomb quickly, otherwise they're going to be running out of time.
Luckily, though, is that they've got that time on the clock. Ofnu does manage to drop Extinct quite often. I mean, we saw it with Breakaway in the earlier match where they lost the bomb and it was just so far out of position with the time they had left. At least the Ground Zero boys have time. Nikez, whilst he has the bomb, he has time. He does not have map control. He's got 2 players in the front and the back.
He's sandwiched.
Yeah, it's a Nikez sandwich.
That's disappointing. It's incredibly smart play for Ofnu, how he read the situation. He gets the frag, relocates, and catches a player by coming up behind him. The T-side players at that point, when the bomb drops, they're all thinking, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And they spin around, and they go back towards the bomb. They're looking at the wrong spot. They're worried about the presence that he had before. And, yeah, they all got backstabbed. Zusi picked up by shooting them in the back, and then Ofnu with another.
I think one thing we noticed is Tainted Minds, they're 9-0 up. I think they're probably quite confident, but I wouldn't say they've got their... Oh! Lovely kill from Burn. I wouldn't say they've got the same sort of cockiness as maybe the Greyhound boys. And I quite like the way Greyhound use theirs. They go for those knife kills, they go for some cheeky little things. Whereas Tainted, they have the lead, but they just keep playing the normal game. Sicko does pick up the frag onto Void. As Destiny will get that refrag. Apoc, though, is ready for Destiny to peek out. Catches him unawares. There's no chance of an AWP shot hitting, except by absolute magic when you are jumping through the air like that. These two remaining Ground Zero players are so far back that they almost have to completely retake any sort of map control. But in a 2 versus 3, they know that there is most likely going to be an almost 1-1-1 setup, with the idea that there'll be one person sort of floating around heaven to rotate to either site. But Zeusy, I believe he's actually down on the B site with the AWP. He does have Offnu up to assist him. That gives away a little bit of information. Rotate will come back through from Zeusy. He'll be heading up, but Apoc, he's just going to reposition. They may have spotted his head out, but it doesn't matter. He's moved off. They don't know where he's moved to, and this could be 2 easy frags for the man.
Well, 29 seconds on the clock, and the T-side players are looking to make a quick switch for a connector to the B site.
Extinct is going to make it work. He's going to pick up 1 frag, but with 10 seconds to really get that bomb down. Nade's coming through. He's going to flash. He's going to get annihilated by Zeusy. And Tainted Minds will take it up to a 10-0 lead. Beautiful.
Great position for Offnu to be in as well, because even though he did die, it's a position which is giving information for his teammates to quick rotate.
Yep.
And they were there just ready to capture him before he even got onto the side of the plant. Beautiful work from Tainted Minds.
Yeah, the big thing there is that if he's holding by that connector door, if the T's decide to check from towards your short water and they spot his legs and the shots go off, they've still got a slightly longer rotate to get onto the site than from connector.
Yeah.
So they've still got to push through Monster and then get up onto the site. So wherever they actually play, wherever he's playing, he either gets that information early enough that they can get a rotator through, or maybe he dies without getting a single frag, but then his team know everything. So it's just beautiful teamwork from Tainted Minds.
Well, Tainted Minds on a 10-0 run right now, and they are not looking threatened at all. Ground Zero, they've got to lift it up, otherwise they could be the first team to be 16-0. But this is nice to see. I mean, they've got a bit of presence in the bathrooms. They've got long A control. But Sicko here, he's got the advantage point right now. He's not going to miss the shot if he peeks.
Oh, you'd like to think he wouldn't, but sometimes it might just be a very cheeky quick peek. Burn will fall. That's Burn with the AWP as well. He's just giving it up so easily. Apoc and Ucilla, they combine. Nickers picks up 1. Offnu cleans that up. And Extinct, he's pulled out the SG this time.
And I think what we're seeing, Tainted Minds, with CT on overpasses, we're seeing them at their best. Like what you were saying before, like they are a really respectable squad. They play a default sort of style. And what that sort of means is that they all respond and support each other 100% of the time. They're always there, within arm's reach, quick rotations, quick trades. They're a really good team like that, and you can learn a lot from watching them. That's the basis of CS, and they bring that because they played this game for such a long time, and they have so much experience because so many of them have actually been IGLs for squads before.
Yep. Even those that haven't been IGLs for the squads have been on those squads, and that's the biggest thing. They've been on these massive superstar big teams. Bombs running in first. What is the point? As Nickers will actually get the trade back. Push is coming through. It does force 2 more players, 3 rotating down. 2 players already sorted down near the site. That will be the player in heaven. Apoc's going to fall. This is looking good for Ground Zero. Another smoke will go out, but the bomb plant decides to come through. That'll be Void dropping, peeking through. There's Ustillo picking up 2. Offnu's drop Nickers. Goodbye, Destiny. Ustillo with a beautiful 3K. That experience coming right on through. He knows the aggressive. He knows that there's going to be players holding each of these angles. He pushes it perfectly. And 12-0.
It's a clean retake from the CT players. That is just beautiful work. They only just got the bomb down. They weren't able to clear the site completely. It was just a massive press from the Tainted Minds players to be able to secure that round. Nickers, he opened up the B site with 2 beautiful frags, which totally looked like the round might go into their favor, but he wasn't. His teammates weren't able to wrap it up.
Yeah, it's you think it's unlucky, but at the same time, I love how he's just running down. He knows the timing on those T players, and he knows that he can play that anti-flash as he pushes up. It's just beautiful to see. Sicko, see, I'd like to see him playing just a little bit overconfident at some point. I'd like to see him almost push Playground, or even better, pop a shot through the wall into Playground.
Look at this.
Holding the
Beautiful
angle.
read.
But now he's expecting that player, isn't he? No! Oh, he still gets away! He should not be getting away there. Void should be absolutely confirming that kill. He's going to put the smoke down. He might pop off a couple of shots through this. But no, that just lets Sicko know that he's still there. Zusi will drop Destiny over on the B site. He is holding this B site absolutely beautifully. APOC puts down that Molotov, and it just keeps him cut off.
Well, this is beautiful work from Tainted Minds once again, and Ground Zero, they're running out of options here. I mean, they do not want to get 16-0'd. This is going to be distraught. It could be the breaking of a squad, and teammates, they turn against each other. You want to see positive results, and this is... Ooh, I mean, I know you're up against Tainted Minds, but you still want to be a competitor. You want to be able to challenge these guys and compete with them. That's the ultimate goal.
I feel like if Nikaz hadn't made any noise there, he might have been a little bit more in luck. But Void, he's going to drop APOC. He's going to force those 3 players to rotate down towards the B site. Molotov will go down. Void has to just back away for a moment. Player in heaven, that is going to be Ustillo. No, he knows it's beautiful. It doesn't matter where Void tries to plant this. The player's going to be pushing him. He won't be able to do anything. Ustillo will drop him. And that's the second round now that we've actually seen each player on Tainted Minds pick up 1 kill in the round. It's what we generally call a team ace, where each player picks up 1 kill, contributes, and pretty much an equal amount.
I think what we're witnessing right here is another super team in Australia. And you know what's really, really funny is PDG released a video not that long ago on YouTube talking about this Tainted Minds squad, how they were a super team with Tux, and now they've replaced Tux with Ustillo. So they've just gotten even better. I mean, that's unreal. I mean, this is a super team on another level. And, I mean, every team is watching right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Greyhounds, they're looking at this game and they're thinking, what are we up against? How are we going to beat these guys?
Oh, but APOC, he comes through big, picks up a nice little double. Sicko expecting the player to push him out towards long. The player's on site. Burn does manage to drop Zusi. It's down to that 3 versus 3. Weapons advantage definitely still with Tainted. APOC picks up 1. Ustillo, though, he is on that rotate. He's holding tight. Burn has managed to drop him. Now the 2 versus 2. That Molotov, oh, it could burn them out, but Burn on 13. Destiny on 15 points of health. But Sicko's got the bomb. This man is absolutely on top of it. He pops off a single shot, puts that flash up. He knows that they're going to have to push the side at some point, so even if they just split it at a 1-all, it's going to be easy enough. This man has been taken down to 3 points of health. APOC, yet again, getting into that nice position, and that'll be Sicko. He drops Burn. And what does Destiny do now? He's only got a CZ. Can't really get his hands on a weapon without exposing himself. He's just lost.
Destiny is a player that can win these. He's a very logical player. He's picking out the information and he's not afraid to press on. 30 seconds on the clock. It's not working in his favor right now, but he needs to get this frag on Sicko 100%.
Destiny, no. Sicko hasn't... Oh, Sicko's spot. He hears him at least. And now it's the... Oh, there we see it. Destiny picks it up. The bomb plan will come through. No. Oh, APOC is on the flank. Destiny's going to plan it. Beautifully.
Oh, stops
played.
the economy from... Stops the economy as well by stopping the plant.
4 kills for APOC that round. That man played, I believe he was long, he came through bathrooms, he ended up back down through connector.
Yeah.
That man played the entire map, picked up 4 kills, and essentially got Tainted Minds that round. But I'm not going to say it just yet. We've still got a couple more rounds to go. We know how this has gone before. I've said a few words and it hasn't ended well. Everyone knows what I'm thinking though, if you know Carl's Jr.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, when you have a target like this, you just want to be relentless on your attack. You don't want to ease up every single round. I mean, teams like Tainted Minds and Greyhounds, they're giving it everything to reach this goal because they want to be the people's champ. They want to be the people's team. And they are. They're getting there. Far out.
I think the thing is, whilst Tainted Minds have always been an amazing team, I wouldn't say they've always been the people's choice. I think Greyhound with Dick Stacey have quite often sort of... It's just his charisma tends to win him over for Greyhound. Ustillo, though, his charisma could be what brings out the best in this Tainted Minds side. A couple of frags coming through early, leaving Nikaz, Burn and Destiny to make a push towards this site. Zico will be spotted out. Lovely work there from Nick as he's picked up 2 for the round. Ustillo's going to peek out long, but Destiny's going to peek around. He's going to finish him off. That's 1 for Nickez as well. And Zeusy left 1 versus 3. Is there anything this man can't do? Oh!
No cheeseburgers, man.
I just had to I mentioned Carl's Jr. That's it.
I can't remember the last time I saw a 15-0 first half. Oh, wait, yeah, no, I can. Last season.
Oh, we shouldn't be too mean on anybody, but that was...
That's a thrashing! 14-1, ground zero. Tainted Minds, I mean, obviously ground zero coming into this game and looking at Ustillo and thinking, they just got better.
The saddest thing for me is that this could have been a 60. Imagine being able to say, oh, Ustillo came and played with us in our first game. We 16-0'd as Destiny picks up a beautiful double. Zeusy gets 1 in return. Why do you check it as you're reloading? 2 versus 4 now. The bomb is still down in bathrooms. Shots coming through. Often doing a lot of damage. Drops burn. Ustillo's taken down Void on the B site. And Renegades, a team not known for winning pistols, have got the man that's left them.
Well, they're so lucky with the lurk on Ustillo. It's given them all the information to be able to take the B site. They're going to secure the plant here, and the CT players are still lurking and trying to find them. Oh, that's quick response. That's beautiful play. I mean, they basically executed the same tactic that Ground Zero executed, but they did it better. And they managed to come up with a fix with the information that they were given. Nickez leading the way, the charge.
4 players with full health here, mind you. Heading into this, Ustillo has the USP. Often who's managed to drop Extinct. Peak will come around. Nickez will fall at the hands of Ustillo. And a lovely 2 frag.
How? How did they get that round? Destiny opened the round with 2 beautiful frags. That's the greatest way. The bomb was trapped. Wow. I mean, Tainted Minds, I mean, that's what they do. They make miracles happen out of nothing.
The best part is that Tainted, they're letting Ustillo go with the weapon that he wants. Obviously, he picked up a few kills in that first pistol round, brought out the M4. They let him go with it. They've let him pull out the AK into this one. Obviously, he has the money for it. It's that's not the issue. But they're letting him do what he needs to do. And it's just beautiful to see that they're allowing a player to play as openly as him. Sicko and Zeusy combining 1 and 2 coming through. Void on the edge of the smoke. Zeusy gets another. Void has picked up Offnu, but that's going to do it. Destiny left in the 1 versus 4. I think Tainted Minds with Ustillo. Oh, come on, pop a few shots through. That's going to do it. Nades will come through. Destiny gets flashed, everything coming in. Apok going in with the knife. Sicko going in with the knife as well. But Sicko will clean it up. And that is going to do it. 16-1. Tainted Minds. They absolutely annihilate Ground Zero. Sure, bro. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, that was a game.
I'm pumped.
I didn't expect that. I thought Ground Zero were going to offer more, but we all did. Yeah, we all tipped Tainted Minds to be able to win it, but man, that was a stomping.
I'm pretty sure I heard a 16-6. I mean, I pumped for that. It was going to be a Greyhound pumping.
Yeah.
You know, we got it. Tainted Minds absolutely demolished Ground Zero, and I don't think there's anything Ground Zero could have done there. You've got a player
coming back. They could have fragged more. They could have won more rounds.
Don't give me that. Oh, what? You can do more. Oh. Yeah. Look at you. It's all about the aim, isn't it, with you?
It was tonight.
Yeah. Either way, that is going to do it from myself and Wayfarer.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you, mate. We'll call it an early night even, I think.
Yeah, I'm off to get fries and a drink.
Absolutely. But I think to finish the night off, we'll throw this back over to Dallas and Tom.
Well, thank you very much for that, Nutters and Wayfarer. And if you've just joined us there, 16-1, Tainted Minds absolutely demolishing Ground Zero. I mean, I wouldn't have put it to that. What do you think, Tom?
No, I didn't think it was going to be that much of a smashing, but yeah, that was very comprehensive.
One thing to take away from that, obviously Tainted Minds looking very strong. Earlier in the evening, and before going into that, I did mention Nickez, you know, he's got the short end of the stick, you know, he's on a lot of the highlights getting killed. I might watch out for this man, you know, he's a very strong player. And now, at home, you can take this as you will, that one round, the one round that Ground Zero won was Nickez with the 4K. Is he the villain of Season 2? I don't know. You tell me.
I think he is. He's cost everyone cheeseburgers, and that's not a good thing.
So very close to the cheeseburger, but we'll have to see next week. But let's have a look at tonight's results to see how all the games played out. Well, first up, we did have, it was going to be, I believe it was Breakaway taking on Legacy. Very tight matchup that one was, as Breakaway had a lot of ground to cover, but managed to come back, but Legacy did take it out 16-11. Greyhound Gaming really taking it to Chiefs Academy 16-4. And to finish us off for the night, Tainted Minds almost winning everybody a cheeseburger, taking out Ground Zero 16-1. And now let's have a look at the big thing, I guess, to take away from here, though, is we did have 2 prizes unlocked this evening. No cheeseburger, but 2 fries and a drink. So make sure if you're in New Zealand, you head into your local Carl's Jr. before 11 p.m. tomorrow night and pick up yourself some of those prizes. But speaking of prizes, let's have a look at the overall standings of the tournament to see how the leaderboard's looking now. And there we go. It's still Tainted Minds. They should be up on top spot there, sitting very comfortably, Tom, moving into week number 4.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be feeling confident to take that #1 spot there. They've come up against Greyhounds, which would probably, I'd say, be their only real competition. Maybe Chiefs will give them a run for their money with the full squad, but it's looking good for the team, boys, that's for sure.
And Greyhound, Legacy and Chiefs all sitting at 6 points apiece. Almost anybody's game at this point with, 3 weeks left of games to play, or 2 weeks, I should say. Going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. So do make sure you tune in next week so we can see Ground Zero take on Chiefs, where we should have the full squad back in action then. Breakaway Esports taking on Greyhound Gaming, and a very big one at the end of the night there. Legacy taking on Tainted Minds. Legacy looking very strong tonight, and Tainted Minds again looking like a whole new team.
Yeah, no, they're looking confident. They're looking good. I think, as I said, they'll be confident to take out any team basically. However, Legacy have shown that they can compete with teams, so it should be a good game. So
Tainted Minds, the team to beat, coming into week number 4. I'm hyped. Are you hyped for next week?
I'm keen. I want to see a cheeseburger though. I want that cheeseburger.
Want that cheeseburger? Well, it could happen next week. So yeah, again, to reiterate, make sure you head into Carl's Jr. tomorrow. Pick yourself up some of those goodies that the players this evening have unlocked for you. But tonight, from all of us here at LPL, it's been a pleasure to have you tuning in for week number 3. I've been Dallas CSGICITY.
I'm Thomas Blackout Richmond.
And from the whole crew here, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you here next week for week number 4.
The ANZ CSGO Invitational is presented by Carl's Jr., home of great American burgers.